kept his feet, kicked it across goal. Jesse Smith runs onto the football, broke a tackle, left foot snap from Smith, misses, and it sneaks. No, it doesn't. It's out of bounds on the full. So a good, bright start there by the Magpies here at the Norman's Oval.
Good to see Matty Kelly get an early touch, Robbie, as well.
Good for him. Yeah.
Probably hasn't had obviously the run at it with injury this year, but even his own form, I reckon, as well. Yeah. He needs a big game today. Does Matty Kelly, of course, huge in that flag, wasn't he, in 2017? So the Bulldogs are going to bring this out of defence. They go out towards right half back. Fraser Ellis intercepts for the Magpies and he shovels it back, and the Magpies go back into attack, and it's fallen in the lap of Mick Newton. Juice Newton down there. He's going to line up, 40 metres out on a pretty tight angle in front of the scoreboard, Chriso.
Wasn't a great kick, but he just read the fall of the ball really well there. Juice got his big bits down on the ground and diving chest mark, but a bit of a tight angle. It might test him from here, I reckon.
You know what he did, Robbie? He played in front.
Yeah, and Wodonga just got a chaos kick, they call it these days.
So we've gone around a minute and a half here, no score. Juice Newton, the captain of Wangaratta, comes in, loves it off the boot. I reckon the Magpies have got the first. They do. Juice Newton, all-important first goal here. That makes his tally now 25 for the season, and he goes to 5th on the Doug String medal now. So 1 goal to the Wangaratta Magpies. The Bulldogs yet to go in their own forward half. That is on the Love Earth Store scoreboard. Chris, great finish.
Goal umpire didn't even move, did he? So beautiful off the boot, and that'll do his confidence the world of good to start this game.
First thing, just some matchups I've noticed, guys. It obviously looks like Michael Driscoll's lined up against Ben Reid down there as well, and Charlie Morrison's got Mick Newton as well. So Tommy Johnson is in the back half at the moment, but it looks like he's got Jackson Clark, I believe it is, there at the moment. So a few matchups we thought, but not in the position, the players that we thought they'd be on going into the game.
About that, Robbie, what are your thoughts on Driscoll, on Benny Reid? Going to learn a lot today.
Yeah, I think they'll play that one by ear a little bit. So Jace Brown up against Saki Leach, got another tap. And it spills out towards the wing. It's buffeting around there like a cork in the ocean, as a great man once said. Clark got a handball of Jesse Smith. Released back to Saunders. He broke 1 tackle, break 2. Handball back to Zach Leach. Got it on to Harry Smart back in the side. Beautiful kick, and he finds Dane Porter. Inside handball to Richards. Through the cricket pitch he goes. Joey Richards kicks it nicely to the far side around. Wodonga, who's playing up the ground a bit at the moment, has his kick smothered. Wodonga overturn it. Strip to the footy, play on, good umpiring. Kelly got one high.
Yep.
And umpire Bob Caindle agrees.
Free kick to Matty Kelly, 65 out, so probably too far for him indeed. Too far for pretty much everybody out there. And Kelly is going to pump it long to the hot spot. Reed's caught behind, made a contest. Tommy Johnson flung it back to Wortman for the Dogs in defence, and he goes across the ground. And it's been marked here by Mayfield. He's got an option short, and it's Josh Clayton.
Big job on Anchors today too, guys, and Anchors are starting pretty deep forward.
Yeah, and he's probably had a couple of quiet weeks as Abe Anchors. And this is now...
It's our debutant.
It is. Reece Venturoni, the debutant. So an early touch for him. Kick wasn't great, and the Magpies turn it over. Fraser Ellis goes back inside 50 for the Magpies. And we've got a boundary throw and 30 metres around from their goal. Mick Newton with the only goal. We've gone 3.5 minutes in this first quarter of the Macca's time clock. First quarter action for A-grade batteries and oils. Wangaratta 6. The Dogs yet to score. Robin McKinlay.
4 early inside 50. Sorry, there for Waters Electrical for the Magpies. So some concerning start there for the Dogs.
There's a bloke walks down underneath us with a bowl of chips in his hand. Geez, they look all right too.
The big puffer jacket. See a few of those around today.
Here's Wodonga. Got a nice centering kick, but a good grab taken. Last side of the fence there. I think it might have been Johnson got a handball off the Wortman. Now Wortman got a good one to Casey Marr at half back for the Doggies. Chip short. Okay, found Matty Wilson.
Good work rate. I think he was the one that kicked
Wilson,
that.
It was.
He was the one that kicked that, Robbie.
Correct. He goes short and he finds Jacob Barber, the boy from Kiwa Sandy Creek.
Good form this year, Jacob Barber.
Yeah, good player, mate. Good plays. Old man was a ripper. Robbie kicks it towards centre wing, and they got the numbers here. Matty Hayden took the mark, got the free kick, whatever you like, Panda, and he's going to kick it from true centre. Big Zachy Leach asserts his authority.
I love it. Matty Hayden goes short down the line to McVeigh. He's got options forward. I don't think the kick was meant down there for Newton, but it was over the top, and he read it beautifully, and he's marked right up against the paint, 50 metres out on a pretty tight angle.
You reckon Juice has a chance for you?
I reckon
his early goal. He's one of those players, and he's such a touch player.
Yep.
Don't rule him out, Panda.
He'll back himself in to kick this, Robbie. He looks like
Juice.
He isn't going to pass it off. I tell you what, it looks brilliant off the boot. Oh, he almost put it through for a goal.
We've got to push.
Is it a push here?
Yeah, no score.
No score. for Juice Newton and the Wangaratta Magpies, and there's a free kick to Jace Brown for the Wodonga Bulldogs. Wangaratta 1 straight 6. The Bulldogs yet to score. Robin McKinlay for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Oh, the boy from Huron Creek, Driscoll's a risky old kick across the goals, but they're going to get out of trouble through Warpman, and his kick was looking for Charlie Morrison out there, and it'll be Fraser Ellis will take it because it was out of bounds in the full. Dane Porter marks. 60 out from goal, wheeled around, played on, kick long, numbers with all, fist was okay, falls away at Tommy Johnson, intercepted by Reedy. Reedy says thank you very much Tommy, and I'll bang it through for the second goal of the afternoon. Just great awareness around the ball there by Benny Reid, and it was just like he's picking up a schoon. He just knocked it through for a big one, and the Magpies have got 2 and they lead 12-0. And we're doing this one for A-grade batteries and oils.
Great pressure there in the goal square from the Pies defence, and forced the turnover and went straight to Reid, who snapped over his shoulder, and 2 in a row for the Pies. Good start.
Early warning signs for the Wodonga Bulldogs on the Waters stat sheet. 6 inside 50s to nothing in favour of the Wangaratta Magpies. Haven't been able to get any ball going in their forward half at all in this game, so just have to. They're putting a lot of pressure under the defence of Wodonga, the Wangaratta Magpies, and they're starting to hit the scoreboard.
So 2 straight 12. The Wangaratta Magpies.
Sorry, Pan, a significant stat there from Freaky, wasn't it? 6 zip inside 50s.
That is pretty scary if you're Geordie Taylor and the Wodonga Bulldogs, who are yet to score here on the Lovehurst Store scoreboard. They just need to get the ball forward to centre. They just need to get their hands on the pill, I reckon, Robbie. Ball sort of pinballing around. I reckon the umpire, non-officiating umpire, has dished a free kick off here to the Bulldogs. Matey for holding the ball. So they go inside forward 50 for the first time. Tommy Johnson with a raking left foot kick, but in the hole is Jackson Clark floating in and taking a nice intercept for the Wangaratta Magpies, and he goes short to Abe Ankers.
He does. It's not Alice Springs weather, and Ankers is. He was complaining about it last week. How about
1 mid grab?
Holland-Dean, a beauty, got it onto Ankers. Is under a little bit of pressure from Barbar. Held the tackle okay. Newton knocked off the footy. Play on was a call. Reed's got another chance. Went left, went right, intercepted beautifully. The youngster on debut. Braden Marjanovic gets his first goal. His first kick in senior footy. Well done, young fella. What a way to start. Every single Wangaratta player out there on the ground are getting around the young fella. Braden Marjanovic, you little beauty. 3 straight 18. Wodonga yet to score. 8 minutes gone, and that's on the Lovehurst Store.
I was talking to Dean Stone before the game, boys. He said you won't even pick which left or right this kid is. He reckons he's a bit of an excitement machine, and we just saw it then. So he's got plenty of support in the stands as well. It was pretty loud behind me here.
Real classy finish there by the first game on the right foot, as you say, Chris. So look, really beautiful snap there. Again, as we touched on, guys, 7 inside 50s to 1, just massive alarm bells, and Dogs have been able to put it on the score. Wangaratta's been able to put it on the scoreboard.
You'll go back and watch that one on the R11 live stream, I reckon, Robbie.
On the replay.
Yep, on the old YouTube login app.
Might even catch it at halftime.
Oh, yes, indeed. Get the phone out. And the Abe Ankers for Wangaratta Magpies pumps them back into attacks. This is a scary start here for the Wangaratta Magpies. 18 to nothing. Brad Freak on the water stat sheet.
Abe Ankers has got busy early here too, guys. He's up to 4 early touches in this game.
So the Dogs just need to get their hands on the footy here at the contest, because they're getting absolutely smashed here at the minute. We've only gone 8 and a bit minutes. So they've only had the one inside 50. Ben Reid doing the ruck work. Bader. That's Matty Kelly. Did he grab one high?
Yep.
He did. He's going to have a free kick. Chris O for 30 metres around on a slight angle.
I'd hate to say he ducked his head, but he may have. But he's got a free kick, and he's in a great position for a good shot at goal here, Matt Kelly. And it'll be 4 in a row for the Pies if he gets it.
That's the Warrior at his best.
It is.
That's what he does really well, the bald-headed Warrior. Head over the footy, get in the hard ball, and he gets his just desserts. Good on you, bald-headed Warrior.
You'll be able to watch this one on the R11 live stream. We're right behind this one in the bird box here at the Normins. So Matty Kelly lining up. This will be 4 in a row for the Wangaratta Magpies, and he's pushed it across the face through for a point. The first blemish for the Maggies. 3-1-19. Wodonga yet to score. That's on the Lovehurst Store scoreboard. We've gone 9 a bit here in this first quarter. All thanks to A-grade batteries and oils. Robbie McKinlay.
Do you get the feeling Kel with a 4-foot, 5-foot putt might just push it left?
I think so.
Yeah, just looking at that one there from the Warrior.
Needs to get a bit of a read, you reckon?
Yeah, I just think he might have pushed that one a bit. So I reckon you could collect some money on the greens with the Warrior. Anyway, it'll be a boundary throw-in right underneath that massive scoreboard here at the Normins Oval, which has been relocated. These days it's parked in that half-forward flank. which would Wangaratta are attacking at the moment. Reed took it out of the ruck. You got to be careful doing that, Benny. Got away with it. That's okay. Clayton's handball was all right. It works its way back to Barber in the end. High up and under kick. And it's going to go out of bounds in the fall. And the Pies will bring it back in. Brad Freak first. Then it'll be Panda Blake Escott.
Just in the touch on the pressure from Wangaratta Magpies so far to start this game's been really good. We spoke to Ben Reid after obviously their loss last week, and he said they thought the pressure wasn't there, so it looks like they've worked on it this week.
So the Maggies pump it long again to the hot spot. Flying there was Jewell, I think, who they've sent him back, and Clayton as well for the Wodonga Bulldogs, and we've got a boundary throw in. 5 metres around next to their point post. They lead 19-0. They've pushed Sammy Jewell back into defence. Driscoll, they're all back there, Robbie, because they're under a fair bit of pressure here. The Wodonga Bulldogs throw in. Ben Reid, dangerous once again in the ruck. And we're going to have another ball up. We'll go around the ground soon for the plough in Tarawinji. That'll be pumping. And I want a Yarrawonga News and Gifts netball update as well, Brad Freak.
I'll tell you something else that was fantastic too in a minute here, boys, after this gets sorted out from the ruck up. Driscoll did well, kicked it to outside forward 50. Wasn't a bad kick in the end. Harvey Bergen was after the footy. They bring it back in, a juggling attempt there. The Wodonga players tackle slung to the ground. And is it going to it'll be a ball? Yeah. Hey, how good was this? Braden Marjanovic kicked that fantastic goal, right? All the excitement. Guess what? They left him on the bloody ground.
They
How
did.
smart
It's
is
great.
that?
I love that.
It is fantastic. The dumbest thing in football that I've seen in the last 50 years. Panda, that other stuff, that other rot. Here's a mark in front of goal for Hollandine. If you kick a goal, leave him out there.
I like it because the confidence is chock-a-block. Hey, Chris, that was just a good read there from Fraser Hollandine, playing in front once again.
Well, he doesn't look like a big unit, does he? But he seemed to use his body pretty well and played in front, as we've seen a couple of times the Wang forwards do, and he's going to line up nearly directly in front, 20 metres out.
The May rising star for the Ovens of Murray as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Hollandine.
Here he comes, right in front of goal, 25 out, kick on the way, and he has missed a 6-foot putt himself. Pushed it to the right-hand side. 3-2-20 the Pies. They lead Wodonga yet to score. Brad Freak.
If we go around the grounds for the plough in Tarawinji, Lavington out to an early 8-point lead against Yarrawonga, and the Wodonga Raiders up by a goal early against the Rovers.
I want to know how those Blues are going as well. We'll check him because we know Robbie will have his eyes on them as well.
No,
Carlton taking on Freo.
We're watching this game.
So McVeigh has marked here from the kick-in in the long sleeves for the Wangaratta Magpies. And he's going to have a shot on goal.
One of their best last week in that loss. He was good.
17 touches and a goal. So McVeigh will line up 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. You can ride this one home on the O&M Live Facebook page. It didn't quite make the distance. Juice Newton's down there and it goes through for a point. So the Wangaratta Magpies go to 3-3, 21. Wodonga yet to score. That's on the Love Earth Store scoreboard. We've gone 13 minutes here in this first quarter on the Macca's time clock.
Mayfield goes across the ground to Barber. Now they'll get it out the back here to Morrison. Morrison gets it in over the back. Chance here for Jewell. Missed it. Now they're a chance. Midfield, Mimo. Slip one. Back to Jewell. Kicks it to half forward, but marking in front of Wilding there was Matty Hayden at half back. His kick to the middle of the ground is pretty good. Finds Joey Richards and set up beautifully here, Panda, to go the full journey here. Leach kicked at the boarding on.
He's got 2 out here on this wing as well. He's got a third, in fact. He goes longer down the broadcast wing towards Clark. It fell off his head. Had enough time here to regather and send it back inside to attack. Ben Reid, did he cop one in the back? No. Good fist down there, I reckon, from Sammy Jewell. And we've got another boundary throw in. 5 metres around from the Wangaratta Magpies goal. They lead this one by 21 points. And Chris, their transition footy was just brilliant down the wing.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. They were really well set up. They had about 5 options, and Bourdillon went long, and it knocked McVeigh on. I think it was Clark on the head, and he managed to play on. But yeah, they're just getting it out of their back line a bit too easy, and struggling Wodonga to move the ball forward at any opportunity.
Gus Jones got a hurried kick, and it was marked by the captain, Ollie Greenhill. Kicks to the wing. Big pack of players. Spiteri was ready to pounce with the ball, went over the boundary line. He'll come off the interchange box. It's been frenetic down there on the boundary line. Players coming and going everywhere. Freaky.
Yeah, it certainly is, Robbie. If we could do a netball update for Yarrawonga News and Gifts in the earlier game today, Lavington won by 2 goals over Yarrawonga, 48. And in Wodonga Raiders are taking on Rovers. 8 goals up are the Raiders at the moment. They're live streaming for the Bulldogs, and Magpies game hasn't started yet.
Ooh, that's a big one. Well, Dane Porter, I think that was... No, it wasn't legal.
Yep.
Bobby Kendall picked it up, Panda. You got 3 of them out there. It's hard to get away, if anything. It's a bit like in the schoolyard these days, isn't it?
Oh, dangerous kick inboard from Mayfield.
They've been forced to do this, haven't they?
Well, they need to do something, Robbie, and they need to try and switch the footy, which they've done effectively here, the Bulldogs, because they got the overlap on the far wing. Ovens River side of the ground. It's Gus Jones allowed to take a bounce and kick it up towards half forward. Presenting there was Mimos in there as well for the Bulldogs. Coming through hard was Jewel. They just need to get their hands on it, the Dogs. How many inside 50s, Freaky, for Waters?
Yeah, 11 for the Wangaratta Magpies, only 1 for the Wodonga Bulldogs so far. So the ball's really lived in Magpies' forward half of the ground.
Yep.
Spending too many petrol tickets defending, I think, boys, and when they win the ball, they've got no one to kick to.
We've got a boundary throw in here on the half forward for the Dogs.
Brown got the tap. There's a lot of players around the ground. Freaky, I might have just missed that. Have they been inside forward 50 yet, Wodonga?
Just once, the Bulldogs.
Just the once, and we've gone nearly 16 minutes of play.
It's a wall at the moment, Robbie.
It is. It's the wall of Wangaratta at the moment. Now they go inside forward 50, or yes, they do. The kick by Magpies was okay. High up and under by Mimo. Top of the goal square, it's 3-on-1. Ball tapped it, cleverly picked up. There you go. Ethan Ritchie on debut. He gets a goal with his first kick. How about that? Read the play beautifully. Ethan Ritchie cleaned it up in the goal square, and it's a day of the youngsters. Another goal on debut. Doggies get their first from only their second inside 50 entry. It's 6-21, and we've gone 17 minutes on the Macca's time clock. We're doing it for A-grade oils and batteries.
Just read the fall of the ball beautifully, didn't he? He found himself in a little bit of space, and it was a bit of an acute angle, so he did really well to kick the goal there, but great to see all his teammates rush from all parts of the ground to celebrate his first goal in the O&M.
Josh Matthew has been getting busy for the Wodonga Bulldogs in his first quarter. He's up to 6 disposals, and Jacob Barber as well has had 5, so the 2 prime ball winners for the Wodonga Bulldogs are getting busy in this first term.
Any relation to the other Richie that used to play here at the Dogs?
A brother, I reckon.
Brother?
I
Richie?
don't know, to be honest with you.
They look similar-ish, don't they?
Yep.
All right, as the Magpies stream forward again. Look at that delivery from McCloonan. That is as good as you're going to see in the Ovens of Murray. Anchors marks 40 metres out, and he delivers on the tit to Ben Reid. He's going to mark 30 metres out directly in front. That's why, Robbie, they're the best side in the competition.
Yeah, and that's why it's the best country competition in Australia. This has fantastic football. That was just clean and pure.
That started with a turnover in the middle. Josh Clayton had a bit of a handball that went straight to Wang, and 2 kicks, and they're in with a shot at goal.
The kick from McCloonan to Anchors was beautiful. Ben Reid comes in and finishes off a Mawson's concrete play that day for the Wangaratta Magpies. That's a steal on goal that day. He's got 2 already, Ben Reid. He's looking ominous. The margin now goes back out to 21 points on the Love Earth Store scoreboard. 27 plays 6. We've gone 17 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
On the Waters electrical stat sheet, Abe Anchors, who did a beautiful pass inside 50 there to Ben Reid, he's had 5 disposals early. As we keep touching on the inside 50 counts, really lopsided in favour of the Wangaratta Magpies. Up to 12-2 now to start this game. So that's one area the Bulldogs really need to cut back on. Obviously, they're just giving no help to their defenders with this constant ball pressure and ball use by the Magpies coming in.
Josh Smart will take the ruck contest. Zach Leach has come off. Zach Leach has fitted in beautifully. Richards quickly gathered, kicked it, overrun there by Jesse Smith. Here's a chance for Doggies. Gussie Jones been okay. Kicks the ball long to half forward. It's 2-on-1. Boarding on's there. Got a hand on it. Richards spun out of trouble. Gathered. McVeigh was there. Here's a chance for Jewel. Handball out the back was okay. To half forward. Wilding in front. Spiteri. Ball spills. Cleverly tapped around there nicely there by young Harvey Bergen. And it's got a whistle.
Holding
Spiteri,
yeah, it is.
Going to get a free?
Well, Noah Spiteri's going to the free kicks. He's only, goodness me, 12 metres out, no further. On a bit of an angle. Will he go for drop pump, Brad? You know him pretty well.
Absolutely
he'll try something spectacular.
He'll definitely go around the corner here, which he's feigning it for, and he'd think that he's a mile from here.
He tried this at Yarrawonga, didn't make the distance. Comes in. Spiteri has nailed it.
Oof, good goal.
Excellent finish. Still on goal today, contender from Noah Spiteri. And the Doggies get a quick reply. They've got their second. The margin's back to 15 points. Wangaratta lead it 27-12. And that's on the Love Earth Store scoreboard.
Certainly aren't going inside forward 50 plenty in this first quarter, but they are taking advantage of it when they go in there. Obviously, only having the 3 inside 50s nearly 20 minutes into the first term, but having 2 scoring shots and being able to convert and kicking 2 goals. So a few weeks ago when they played the Albury Tigers, they had plenty of forward ball in that first quarter, but just couldn't get the scoreboard pressure. Where today, obviously, they've been able to hit the scoreboard more regularly as they've been able to go in with limited opportunities as well.
Blake Pandarest got with you, Robin McKinlay, Brad Freak and Chris Mitchell are bringing you this action on 3E's O&M Live. So 27 plays 12, but I'm going to just need to keep taking their chances. They go forward here. First to the footy is Jackson Clark for the Magpies. Looks like he's playing in defence today, Jackson Clark. Don't mind it. Linking up with a couple of handballs to Smith. They work it down the broadcast wing here, the Magpies. It's in the hands of Smart. He goes forward. It's been marked by Porter. That was almost 50 metres.
Yeah, it should have
Had
been.
to be. He pulls the kick back inboard and it's been intercepted here and taken. A good mark here is Miles Jewell, a true centre-half back for the Wodonga Bulldogs. He's got a runner across the ground, and it's young Gussie Jones, Robbie, who started pretty well for the Dogs.
Yeah, been good. Got it to Driscoll. They go short to Mimo. Yeah, definite 50 they'd missed. With who? I think it was Reed Jackson cut across the mark. But they'll review it and they'll work. But anyway, it's not the end of the world. Barber got it.
Umpires at all watch back the tape.
Yeah, they do.
Robbie,
Yeah, they listen back too, Panda, which is very important. Richards intercepts on his own, finds Newton. No, good work by Morrison. Good use of the body. Little bit of a misunderstanding there momentarily. Liam Andrews eventually decides he'll pick it up. It's a pretty good kick too. And he finds Jace Brown at half back. Plenty of options. He'll go short here to Reed Jackson. He finds him, Panda. They've used the ball really well there. And the next kick's okay too. And it's found Sam Jewell.
You can see they always want to bring it back through the middle of the ground, the Dogs. He just needs to come off. This one here is Andrews. Dangerous looking kick in the middle of the ground, but it's going to work out all right to Jorgensen. So the Dogs right bang smack in the middle of the Normins. Jorgensen's hand pass here to Matt Ritchie. He goes inboard back to Jorgensen, but the kick wasn't great. Sorry, it was Wilson actually for the Dogs. And the Magpies at half back here through McVeigh are going to switch it back across the ground. 27 plays 12, a 15-point lead here to the Wangaratta Magpies.
Yes, Saunders kicks good, finds Jackson Clark. You're right, Panda. I reckon he's spending a little bit of time down back. Gee, centimetre perfect kick to Anchors. Anchors' kick is a beauty to young Adamo. Now he picks it up, fumbling a little bit, ducked his head. Play on's a call. He'll get penalised here. He has.
That's a good call, I think, Robbie.
Yeah, it was. A good call there from Bobby Kendall. I saw him at Harvey and Norman this morning. We're down there for doing an OB. And he was just warming himself up there, was doing a bit of shopping with the missus. And
not sure about that video on the IM Live Facebook page during the week as well, Robbie.
It was on as Andrews marks at half back for Wodonga. Things you get told to do. Kicks okay. Here's Oscar Wilding. Found a little bit of room. Can't move it quickly though. Right now plays on, kicks inside forward 50, but there's big Zachariah Leach, and he's like a colossus, the big man. And it's a nice left foot pass to Clark.
How many times have they done that, guys? When they've gone into 50, they're sort of blazed away straight to a Wangaratta defender, not giving their forwards much opportunity.
22 minutes gone in this first quarter for A-grade batteries and oils. And it's a 15-point lead if you're just joining us here on 3News R&M Live to the Magpies. 27 plays 12. This is McVeigh, who started pretty well here for the Maggies. Still in his own defensive 50. Kick isn't great inboard. Mathy goes in and makes a contest for the Dogs. That's Wilson across half-back for the Dogs. And they go back inside 50 here. Big pack forms. Jules makes a contest. Spiteri goes in. Shovels a hand pass out, but it's been intercepted here by Jesse Smith. Look at him stream out of defence. Jackson Clark finds Porter at right half-back, and they're away through Paddy Warner.
Yeah, Warner with plenty of dash. Target was Newton. Went over his head. Van Morrison got it, kicked it, found Ma, who just have to hold it up on centre wing. Chipping kick, finds Jorgensen, who spills it, had to play on. Kick's okay, found Mimo. Cade Mimo in those line boots, kicks, here's a chance. Driscoll on the lead, couldn't take it. He's gone forward, I like that move. The handball out the back by Hayden was good. He fed it to Saunders, kick along the wing, wasn't found. Intended target was Hollandine. He missed it. Boundary throw in 70 metres around from the Dogs. Goalpost, Freaky, 27-12, Wangaratta lead.
On the water stat sheet, Jackson Clark and A-Bankers both up to 7 disposals for the Wangaratta Magpies. For the Wodonga Bulldogs, Josh Mathy's up to 8 and Jacob Barber's had 6 in this first quarter.
He can do it all, Clark. He can play in the middle. He can go to cross half-back. He can play forward. He kicked 3 goals in the derby last week. That's why he is a superstar in this Ovens and Murray competition. Ball is back inside the Wodonga Bulldogs 50. Coming out and taking a mark here is Miles Jewell.
And it was a great kick at Gussie Jones. The quick clearance kick in. I think sometimes if you've got that height, get the ball in quick. Make sure your boats are in front, ready to go. And that's as good a way you can do it, Panda.
I think he played in a flag with Surfers Paradise a couple of years ago. A bit warmer up there today than here at the Normins Oval, I think, on the Gold Coast. So brother of Sam, Miles Jewell will come in, 45 metres out in a slight angle. Is it going to get there? It's not. I think it's kept in play. Wilding's kicked a goal. Oh, that is a strange finish.
I'm sure Leach kept that in play, boys, for the Wang side.
Chris O explained that one to us. It didn't make the distance, and Wilding was right place at the right time.
Just fell short in the goal line there, and I reckon Leach tried to tap it back into play, and Wilding was Johnny on the spot and kicked a goal.
Beautiful awareness there by Wilding. The Dogs in the last 5 to 10 minutes have been able to get the game back on their terms. We've seen that they've tried to switch the ball and really take the game on, and it's working for them at different stages. Okay, they haven't got the big target in the forward 50 like the Wangaratta Magpies, but they're looking to use the ball well, and they've probably had the game on their terms, I'd say, guys, for about the last 5 to 8 minutes.
It's a good call, Freaky. They definitely have. Last 2 goals of the game, the Dogs, Robbie, bit of confidence.
Yeah, they have.
Last 4.
Got the tap now. What's happened here? There's more whistles going here from the bus. Zachy Leach's going to get a free kick, so that's a bit of a sweeten-up. After his little, no, I wouldn't say an error, but just a judgment on the goal line. Jorgensen won it. Handball now to Spiteri, who showed good composure from Noah Spiteri. Ollie Greenhill, the skipper's got it. They go wide. The ball's going to come away. Oh, he got knocked over. He got a free kick for that. Reed Jackson was interfered with, Panda. Yep, best way to describe it. Just blocked any chance he had of kicking it. He should take it inside forward 50. He does. Out front, Wilding couldn't gather it. Here's a go again. The Doggies might be a bit of a chance. Jewel was there. Well done, boarding on. Boarding on to well. Tap come out the back. Throw.
It's a free kick to the Dogs here, is it?
A throw, I think. Umpire Bobby Kendall said, yep.
It's going to go the way to Jewel. Talk us through that one, Chris. We'll throw you under the bus if you saw that one.
I didn't get a good view of that one, sorry, boys.
No.
It's Miles Jewell anyway. It was a throw, and he's going to line up, what would you say, Robbie? 45 metres out, pretty much no angle.
Kick it from about 40.
After his last attempt, before the last goal, he'd say this distance would be well in his measure.
Well, the ball drop was a bit curious last time. Now he got better. He dropped that one beautifully, and he drops it straight through the guts for a goal. Doggies have got 3 in a row, and they now trail by 3 points after Wangaratta kicked 4 of the first 5. Game on here, 27-24 at Norm Minns. Cracking game of football. Brad Freak inside 50s in that last 10 minutes. Must be starting to go the Doggies' way.
Yeah, we touched on earlier how it was 10-1 at one stage inside 50s. It's now up to 13-7. So they've been able to close that gap and get plenty of the ball inside their forward 50 and been able to get it on the scoreboard and get some scoreboard pressure back on this Wangaratta Magpie side who got out to that really early lead.
And Chris, it looks like they got some of their matchups right as well.
Yeah, they have. They're starting to get their hands on the footy around the centre a little bit more and getting those clearances, but they haven't had heaps of inside 50s, as Freaky touched on, but they're making the most of those chances.
They've definitely had almost as much ball. I know a lot of it's been down in defence, but they look like they're just getting some composure around the footy. Brown in the ruck won this ruck contest. Kelly thought he might have grabbed one high, and we've got another ball up. Broadcast wing, just edge of the square. So 27 plays 24. Bulldogs with 3 of the last 4 goals here on R11 Live, and they've made it a nice, tight, even contest. Driscoll with a tap down. Matthey's got to come and try and win it for the Dogs. He couldn't, but he applied a bit of pressure. And Richards wraps up Ollie Greenhill, who is as tough as nails, Brad Freak, on that water stat sheet.
Yeah, just one thing I've noticed is Ollie Greenhill looks like he is running with Joe Richards. We've seen the last few weeks that the Wodonga and the Rovers both had run with roles and really nullified his influence on the game. Looks like Dogs are doing something similar.
Leach got a good tap. Anchor's quick kick in. Didn't go inside forward 50. 28.5 minutes of pure action.
Good quarter of footy, Robbie.
Panda. 4 goals each. Magpies kick 3 points. They lead it by 3 points. Love this contest. Got a cracker on our hands.
We do indeed. First quarter, all thanks to A-grade batteries and oils, done and dusted. 27 plays 24 here on 3&E's R11 Live. Quarter time and on R11 Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
30 seconds.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
6 3NE.
Second quarter action, about to get underway here on O&M Live. Quarter time between the Wangaratta Magpies and the Wodonga Bulldogs. 27 plays 24, a 3-point lead to the Magpies. Brad Freak, who were the flex-out physios quarters best in that first quarter?
Yeah, on the Wangaratta Magpies side of things, we had Jackson Clark, who I thought was outstanding across half-back, and A-Bank has got him plenty of ball movement going forward. For the Wodonga Bulldogs, I thought Gus Jones across their half-back line was really, really strong. And Oscar Wiley in the forward half, obviously haven't got a big forward today, but flew at absolutely everything that he possibly could when the ball went in their forward half. If we have a look at the Waters electrical stat sheet, we have a look at the Wangaratta Magpies to start off with. A-Bankers, 8 disposals in the first term. Jackson Clark had 7 and 5 to Joey Richards. For Wodonga Bulldogs, Josh Matey had 8 and Jacob Barber had 5 and 4 each to Josh Clayton and Adam Jorgensen. And if we have a look at the goal kickers as well in that first quarter, we had Mick Newton kicked 1, Ben Reid 2 and Braden Marjanovic, the debutee, kicked 1. And on the Wodonga Bulldogs side of things, we had Oscar Wilding, Miles Jewell, Noah Spiteri, and the other debutant for Wodonga Bulldogs, Ethan Ritchie, also snagged a goal in that first quarter.
There you go. Hey, Chris Mitchell down boundary side. I think Mitch just putting the headsets back on now. The Wodonga boys have just broken up. Wangaratta already have. Mitch, you were down with Geordie Taylor and the Wodonga crew. What did you find out?
Yeah, he left them in there separate groups, mids and forwards and backs for quite a long time and didn't speak to them a lot. But he said it's their game to win or lose. Very happy with how the team is travelling at the moment. Doesn't want them to blaze away when they go forward because that's playing into the Wangaratta defenders' hands. Wants them to be accountable when they go forward because he knows the Wangaratta defenders like to play on and run off their teammates. So, we're in for a cracker here, boys.
Yeah, if we go around the grounds in the O&M as well at the moment, Wonga up by 5 points against Lavington, 19-14, and in the other game, Wodonga Raiders in a bit of what might be an upset, 11 points up against the Wangaratta Rovers, 22-11 early there.
Let's hope they can keep at it, the Wodonga Raiders, and make a game of it. Here, 27 plays 24, 3-point lead to the Wangaratta Magpies over the Wodonga Bulldogs. Second quarter, all thanks to solar integrity, has just got underway. Joey Richards almost got pinged holding the ball. The umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. Mathy couldn't get his foot onto it. And Clark, another what a stat, kicks it as high as it went long. Big pack forms. The Dogs try to work it out across half back. Ellis in there for the Wangaratta Magpies. This is Dane Porter. Not sure I got a hand to it. It spilled out anyway. Marjanovic for the Magpies. Hands it off to McVeigh, who sends it in deep. Reed and Jewell in a good contest. Down there is Matt Wilson for the Dogs, and they walk it across their defensive line here through Wortman. Barber off half back. He finds Casey Marr on that far wing. And he's going to steady, and he's going to go down the line here to Clayton for the Bulldogs. Robbie?
Hey, guys, it's just an injury update, and it's not for any of the players. We're down to 2 umpires out there at the moment.
What?
Warwick Henderson.
Is that what the fire trucks just come here for?
Warwick Henderson has left the ground with a hamstring injury, so that's bad luck for Hendo. As a kick comes inside, here's Oscar Wilding. Marks at 55 out from goal. Thumping kick towards the top of the goal square. Spiteri and Saunders. Spiteri did okay. I think someone touched it. It did. Saunders got a hand on it. It's through for a rush behind. So 4-4-20. So 4-3-27. The Magpies. Wodonga 4-1-25. And that's the closest the margin's been, Panda, since very early in the game.
The crowd's actually not that bad
It's good.
today, Robbie. Early on, I thought, I'm not really too sure, but they've come late. Hope you're enjoying it on the O&M live stream. This one's been marked here by Josh Smart across half-back here for the Wangaratta Magpies. He's going to pump it down the line. Newton's in a contest here against Morrison. Good stuff there from Driscoll. Went in for the Dogs and won it. Here's Tommy Johnson. They work it out. Wilson. Reed Jackson's going to send the Dogs back inside forward 50. Wilding caught out the back. Was he impeded with there by Hayden? Umpire said no. And Clark sees it over the boundary line. So a couple of inside 50s early here for the Dogs. 27 plays 25. A 2-point lead to the Maggies. We've gone 2 minutes on the Macca's time clock. We'll have a boundary throw in 30 out from the Dogs' goal.
Yeah. Good attacking opportunity here. Balls comes in. Leach got a fist on it. Chance for Reed Jackson. Handballed it back towards Wilson. Onto Barber. Onto Jorgensen. Goes short and he finds Spiteri couldn't quite hold it. Gathered it. Dribbled it. Somehow. He nearly kicked it. No, it's Spiteri. Freakish attempt from the boundary. Would have been a steel line goal of the day contender.
Would have been a goal the year contender.
I'll tell you what, I'm very glad he didn't hit.
I know where Brad's coming from. He's a Belvoir teammate of Bradley's, and we know sort of the rubbish that can go on. It's a 1-point margin to the Magpies. We've gone 3 minutes in the second quarter, which is for solar integrity.
What are you noticing down there on the boundary for Wodonga MG, Chris? So why are Wodonga getting themselves back into this contest?
Yeah, the midfield's obviously they've stepped out the work rate and starting to get their hands on the footy. But going back to Spiteri, you can see why he's such a good sportsman. Great, obviously, cricketer, and he's a good soccer player as well. And I reckon he's bringing a few of those little tricks into his game.
And this bloke's a pretty good footballer as well. Over 300 games, Dane Porter kicks a long one up towards Reed at half forward for the Maggies. Tommy Johnson, his kick was sort of half smothered there by Anchors, but they might work it out anyway. Barber, clever little tap back here to Casey Marr, and he's got a bit of time to dish it off, so the Dogs work it out. Can they get it on this far wing, Robbie? They can. Here's Reed Jackson, had to wait for a team.
Great tackle.
Ran into a bit of trouble. Yeah, McVeigh wrapped him up, holding the ball. Anchors wants to play him with an advantage, but the umpire says, no, Abe.
Good umpiring.
You got to give it back to McVeigh, who's going to kick it to a one-on-one contest between Reed and Driscoll. Really well done there by Driscoll for the Dogs. Hollandine goes in. He was wrapped up in a big tackle. Good pressure here. The Dogs' defence holding up, and we're going to have a ball up 30 metres out from the Magpies' goal. That was a great contest between Driscoll and Reed, Robbie.
What about Driscoll's second and third efforts there? Yep. Now he's going to take the ruck. So they breed him good at Neuron Creek, mate. Don't worry about that. Reed, here's a snap. Top of the goal square. Newton got a beautiful bounce, an A-grade bounce, and he snapped it through for his second goal. Morrison was a little bit stiff, but guys like Juice Newton, they sort of make their own luck at times, and that's the goal they needed. That broke a run of 3 goals in a row for Wodonga. So Magpies get their 5th, 5-3-33 lead. Wodonga 4-2-26, and that's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And it's second quarter action for Solar Integrity. Chris Mitchell?
Yeah, well, you'd probably say Wodonga's been the best side for the last 20 minutes, I reckon, at the end of the first quarter and the start of the second. But, yeah, it breaks their hearts a little bit, that one, but still obviously not much on the scoreboard. But Morrison couldn't do much there. Had a shocking bounce over the top of his head, and Juice, right spot, right time.
3 early disposals for both Dane Porter and Jacob Barber to start this second quarter.
Richards couldn't get a toe to it. Clayton for the Dogs streams away, and that's a genuine floater up towards Miles Jewell at half forward. It might spill here for Mimo. Kelly went in there for the Magpies. Clark picks it up. Went by hand to Porter. Bourdignon. He's going to pump it up towards half forward here for the Maggies. Going in and taking a nice intercept mark here was Wilson. And he's going to play on straight away and try and stream through the middle of the ground. He said, "You can't catch me." And he's run too far. Oh, he's been pinned too far.
He was the roadrunner there for a second, wasn't he, boys? He thought he was.
It was getting awkward, wasn't it?
It was. He needed to bounce the ball, Matty boy. Free kick here to the Maggies. 33 plays 26. And this is Matty Hayden switches the footy over to Harvey Bergen here for the Magpies, Robbie.
Yep, the Bergstar. He has it. A nice little chipping kick to McVeigh. Ooh, Jesse Wilson. He likes to move it and shake it a bit from this situation. He tells his forwards, "Give me something."
Signed a 2-year contract extension during the week.
And he floats one up towards Reed. A fist there by Jace Brown. Jewell offered a Shepherd towards... Oh, gee, I'm not sure if Reed's going to knock this one out. He's over the foot at the moment, and he hasn't done anything illegal. Umpire Dave Ryan agrees. And here we're going to ball up, so it's in a dangerous situation here, just 20 metres out from the Maggies' goal. Reed against Brown. Reed got it. Porter ran through. Barber, kick off the ground, was excellent. Outside 50. Bourdignon got it to Hayden. Hayden chips it short. Barber read it superbly.
Playing in front.
Geez, the top of his game today, Jacob Barber. And the Doggies defend. They trail by 7 points.
How many for Jacob Barber on the What a Stat Sheet, Freaky?
He's up to 11, Barbs.
He's playing very well indeed. Barbs. One, I like it. Nickname. 1-on-1 contest here at half-back for the Dogs. Broadcast side. We're going to have a ball up. So 33 plays 26 game and a bit of a lull here at the minute. 7-point lead here to the Wangaratta Magpies.
We're an umpire down.
We are indeed.
Warwick
Henderson with the hammy. Fire trucks here. Tending to him. Zachy Leach won that ruck contest. Richards on hands and knees. Might get pinged here. Umpire says, "Give it to me." We've got a ball up right on 50. Broadcast side here at the Norm Minns Oval. Big cloud over this one. That might drop a little bit of rain. Robbie, watch that one.
Yeah, I'm more watching a bit of a scuffle going on there at the moment.
Leachy's involved.
And so's Dane Porter. They're looking after Joey Richards in there. You'd feel pretty good with those two lads around. Leach thumps it. Inside forward 50, overrunning it there and getting it back was McCludden. McCludden's high left foot kick. Reed takes a beauty. Top of the... He played on! He played on! Oh, Reedy!
Anyway.
He ended up kicking the goal, but I'll tell you what, he made bloody hard work of it. And he's got 3. And but really, I think this next time to settle down, go back. That was extraordinary.
Why did he play on here? About 3 blokes. He was at the top of the square. Could have gone back and kicked it back to North Wangaratta. And
anyway,
2 in a row there for the Pies. They're kicking away a little bit, but Wodonga, they've been very brave so far.
And interesting, boys. The first goal of the first quarter was kicked by Newton. And then Reed kicked the second. The same thing has happened in the second quarter.
Still a little bit of a fight going in the middle of the ground here with Brown and Leach. No love lost between those two.
You'll see a bit of that today between those two.
We've got a netball update for Yarrawonga News and Gifts, please, Brad Freak, very, very soon. Back in the middle of the ground, so 39 plays 26, a 13-point lead here to the Magpies. Brown leapt way too early, and Leach was able to hand pass here to Ankers, streaming out of the middle, running to 50. Abe Ankers. Top of the goal square, Reed in a contest. He flicked that through his legs. That was weird. Well done by Reedy. Andrews has it at half-back, long looping hand pass here to Wilson. He's able to get it on the tackle, and he's got to get rid of it pretty quick. And Smith intercepts it here for the Magpies. Is that 50? No. So Jesse Smith's got it. Way too far out to score. Beautifully weighted kick here to McClellan.
He's a chance here.
At the top of 50, wheels around straight away, sends it in the Newton direction. And here's a chance for Gussie Jones for Wodonga. He hand passes it off to Marr, and he gets it back in a 1-2 and runs into a bit of trouble and says, Robbie, I'm just going to clear it.
Yeah, they've upped the pressure here, the Maggies. No doubt about it, as Jorgensen mops up. That's a good kick. Inside handball to Mimo was excellent. Down the line, they've got numbers here, the Pies. The ball might fall okay. Here's Hayden. Hayden gathered. Handball over the top. Was not quite on target for Saunders. Brad Freak, it's going to be a boundary throw. And what do you got in stats news?
5 disposals each for Jacob Barber and Dane Porter in this second quarter. Inside 50s again. Wangaratta Magpies have been able to dominate it early in this second quarter. It's 7-3 to start off. Let's see if the Bulldogs can be similar to that first quarter and come back late as they did in the first quarter.
A vicious punch there by Leachy for the Magpies. It was as good as a kick. The ball's at half forward here for the Maggies.
I love Leachy.
Porter. Able to work a little bit of magic there and get a clear kick inside 50. Good contest between Jewell and Reid. Newton trying to rove, and he's possessed over the boundary line. Good pressure there by the Dogs' defence. That battle between Reid and Jewell is a pretty good one, Chris Mitchell, boundary side for Wodonga MG.
Well, he hasn't done a lot wrong, Jewell, has he? He's found himself in some good positions, but Reid is obviously using all his former AFL experience to get the job done.
Reid bumped Driscoll off the ball from the boundary throw in. Nice work by Ollie Greenhill. Knocked Joey Richards A over T. And Greenhill gathered, ran 15 metres, kicks down the line. No one's at home except the big man, Zach Leach. He comes across the middle of the ground, finds Clark. Nice little build up here. Clark's kicks at beauty, anchors. He could go wide, inside handball to Boarding on. Boarding on goes long. Newton over the back, Reid at the front, ball to ground. Running over it now was Driscoll. Gathered, he'll have to be quick. He does. It's a thumping kick. And he finds Patiri at centre wing, who plays on immediately. Very clever inside ball to Jorgensen, Panda.
Yeah, Jorgensen's marked it. He's got no real forward presenting. In fact, if Wilding presents, he can't mark. Patiri goes down there and lends a hand. Wilding applying a bit of pressure. Josh Smart down there for the Maggies as well. Gives it back to Bourdignon off a step. Well done there by Greenhill. Looked like McVeigh was going to mark it. Yeah, we got a boundary throw in, Chriso, right in front of you on true centre wing.
Yeah, he's outnumbered 2-1 and just rose a little bit higher than the others to punch it over the line and in front of his coach there, Jordan Taylor, who's barking out the orders from the bench.
For Yarrawonga news and gifts in the netball update, Lavington obviously won by 2 goals over Yarrawonga in the game here between the Magpies and the Bulldogs. Magpies out by an 18-goal lead, 32-14, and the Raiders are up by 6 goals over the Wangaratta Rovers, 30-24.
Boundary throw in, and it's going to be a contested battle there between Richards and...
He's getting a lot of heat, Joey Richards.
He does.
He's copying
trying to give a little bit back too.
Yep. And you've got some good blokes around him at the moment, and they'll look after him.
His numbers, Freaky, Richards' numbers?
He's only had the 5 disposals today, none in this second quarter yet.
He's been okay, I reckon. He's gone in hard at the footy, there's no doubt about that. There's a high tackle. Free kick will go the way of Josh Clayton. Thought about the handball. Now he plays on off the right-hand side. Kicks it long. Numbers are there with Boarding on. Brought it to ground. At the back, anchors G. He's been good. Nice little left foot kick towards Adamo. Barber's claw was good. Handball back to Clayton. Clayton went one way, went back to Barber, went back to Clayton. Clayton off the left foot, kicks it inside forward 50. Zach Leach. Have a look at the man mount form. He's a colossus.
Well today,
and how about the kick into the middle of the ground to James McCloonan?
Yeah, McCloonan's got runners out wide. It's Clark. He dropped it, but he's got enough time to go back. Oh, does he? He's come in and intercepted it there.
He paid his own mark.
That was Reece Venturoni, the young fella on debut for the Dogs. Tommy Johnson sends him up towards half forward. Will it sit for Jorgensen? It won't. Josh Smart went in there for the Magpies. Jorgensen's wrapping up anchors. Couldn't find a hand pass. Here's young Ethan Ritchie on debut. His handball was intercepted by Jesse Smith.
Yeah.
This game, intensity has definitely lifted. Jesse Smith through the middle of the ground, links up with Ellis. So the Maggies work it out eventually. They got numbers on this far wing, and they lead by 13 points.
And Clark's kick is a beauty inside forward 50. Found Hollandine. He'll go short to the coach. Well done, young fella. Smart football all round. It was won the bad pass, made Reid work for a little bit. But this should suit Reid to swing around on the left foot like they do in these modern days, Panda.
Well, he wants to play on, doesn't he?
Here it comes. Reid screws it around magnificently. He's got number 4. Number 4 for Reid, a steel line goal of the day contender, and the Magpies are just starting to assert their authority here in the second term. They've kicked the only 3 goals of the quarter. They've taken the lead out to 19 points, and we have gone on the Macca's time clock. 14 minutes, Brad Freak.
Yeah, Wodonga Bulldogs are just missing a key forward up in the forward half of the ground. You can see that Mark's inside 50 in this game, 7 for the Wangaratta Magpies to 0 for the Wodonga Bulldogs. Obviously, we know the forward line calibre that the Magpies have, but they just haven't been able to hit any targets or have that big presence, the Bulldogs, at the other end, because they're getting plenty of ball in there. They just haven't been able to capitalise it when they do get inside forward 50.
And Chris, so the switch for the Magpies has been really effective today, hasn't it?
It has. Every time James McClellan gets the ball, something important happens for the Pies. I'm not sure if you've noticed that so far, but he's been really important in that key link-up play that they've been missing.
So the ball on true centre wing, right in front of our man Chris Mitchell. On hands and knees here is McVeigh for the Magpies, and we've got a boundary throw in right in front of Chriso. We'll try and go around the ground soon here for the plough in Tarawinji, which will be rocking tonight. Dan Vaccaro on our sister station 2AY, locked out of the media centre there at Lavies Sports Club. Get stuffed. Thanks.
About time.
Boundary throw in. Brown and Leach contesting in the ruck again. So 45 plays 26. A 19-point lead here to the Wangaratta Magpies. The only 3 goals in this second quarter for Solar Integrity. We've gone 15 minutes on the Macca's time clock. The next voice you'll hear is Robbie McKinlay for the Old Town and Country Tavern. Thanks, Panda!
Gee, I've loved the game of Zach Leach today.
He's been good.
How good, and so good to have him back. He's a bit of a favourite of mine, Panda. He might have picked that.
People forget how good a user he is for a big fella as well.
100%.
Really good left foot.
He's a bloody good footballer, Zach Leach. And I tell you, going well. He's got depth like him. He's been playing a lot of twos, but there might be a method in their madness. Make him work hard for it. There's Leach again. Tapped it to the bald-headed Warrior. Got it to Dane Porter. 3 tough nuts involved there. Dan Wortman was fantastic below his knees. Shoveled the ball in the middle of the ground. Ankers didn't have the footy. He looked at the umpire. The umpire looked at him, and Ankers said, all right, I'll go back and get it myself. Goes short. Kicks it to Reed. The boundary line's going to beat him. It does. And Reedy just has to tiptoe his way over the bike track. And it'll be a boundary throw in 40 metres around from the Wangaratta goal. They lead by 19. Here's Freaky.
For the player in Tarawinji around the grounds at the moment, Yarrawonga up by 10 points over Lavington, 37-27. And Wangaratta Rovers come back there, ahead by 10 points as well, 32-22.
Both of these teams have flicked the switch just like the Wangaratta Magpies have done here. Ankers roving, snapping from 30. Dangerous when he's in that position. Didn't quite get the distance, and Charlie Morrison for the Dogs is able to mark that one, and his kick is out towards Josh Clayton. And the Dogs have been allowed to just walk away with this from an advantage. That was extraordinary. Here's young Ethan Ritchie on debut on true centre wing now. Is going to send it into a 1-on-1 contest. It's Hayden up against Wilding. Spiteri out the back, flicks it onto Mimo. Can he find Wilding in space? He can't. The Wangaratta Magpies defence hold up beautifully. Here's McVeigh at half back. Wants to come broadcast side. Isn't allowed to and has to go back there to Bergen. Young defender playing only his 3rd game here in the Ovens of Murray, and he goes back to McVeigh. 45 plays 26 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard here on R11 Live. They've been 9-point lead to the Maggies, Robbie.
They've been close so many times, haven't they? A couple little half chances. The ball just hasn't quite fallen their way. But what they've done, their forward pressure's been excellent. They've been able to, the turnovers happen. But look at this, there's another turnover here. Great intercept there by Wilson. Back to Mimo. Mimo off the left foot. Spiteri, it might bounce through. It misses to the right-hand side. That was a great example of the pressure.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, that they've been doing inside that forward 50. That's really good signs. All they need is a little bit of luck with a couple of bounces, and they're back in the game here. This is game on still.
We'll go Brad Freak soon on the Waters stat sheet as the Magpies send it down the line. Leachy came very strong and forced a contest. Richards, not sure that was a hand pass. We'll play it anyway. Here's Kelly through the middle of the ground. He was tackled as he kicked, but he got it away. Newton just edged his man underneath it. And Chriso, boundary side, he's going to be paid a free kick.
I reckon he's a bit unlucky. I didn't really see the arms in the back there, but I reckon that Morrison might have been in front of him, just played a little bit to the umpire and got a free kick.
No, good defensive work. The forwards always get it their way, so the defenders are all right to get one back, Robbie. The Bulldogs on the far wing. This is young Ethan Ritchie. He's been all right. He's had some moments on debut.
Been good.
First goal, first kick, sends it into attack. Wilding came hard. Hayden, his kick is going to get intercepted here by the Dogs. It's Clayton. He's marked 55 metres out.
He's a chance from here, Panda.
You reckon? He loads up to Josh Clayton, gives it everything it's got, and it's through for a point. 27 plays 45. 18 minutes gone in this second quarter That's on the McDonald's time
Had the
clock.
journey, didn't he, boys?
Yeah.
But he probably had Noah Spiteri. If you look, well, he had about 20 metres on his direct opponent there, so yeah, maybe could have passed it off.
So it's an 18-point lead here to the Doggies on the CMV truck. Sorry, to the Magpies on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Bradley, if we have a look at the Waters stat sheet in this second quarter, Dane Porter's up to 9 disposals for the Wangaratta Magpies. Jacob Barber's had 7 and Josh Clayton's had 6 for the Dogs.
Richards, another one. A handball came from Ellis to Harry Smart. Harry Smart, left-hand handball was good to McVeigh. Bounce is going to be critical here for Jesse Smith. Oh, he's like a tightrope performer, the way he kept that in. And he's been held without the football. It was very smart the way Jesse Smith ended up doing that. What does he like? He's got numbers in the middle of the ground. He got the cool. Oh, I like that. Young Bergen has told Jackson Clark, I'll take it. Now there's a 50-metre penalty.
I don't really like that, Robbie, because he's trying to get out of the area, Matt Wilson, and Bergen, smart enough, he's in my area. He's in my area, even though Bergen went into his area.
Well, Panda, it doesn't matter if you don't like it or not.
It's in the rules, I know.
No, and you're going to get that lecture from me now. The Burgermeister was keen to play on.
Clayton better watch out here. He might give away the same 50 here in a second.
Yeah, he's just going to be careful. Get out of that area. Geez, look at that. You're right, Brad. Now the Burgermeister he's going to handball to Clark here.
Oh, dear.
He does. It was so obvious. Goes short. Joe Richards marks. We're telling how good the forward defensive pressure was from the Doggies.
That was lucky.
Well, that midfield and defensive pressure wasn't as good. That's why good sides like Wangaratta will burn you.
Well, that's when you have the likes of Reed and Newton in that forward half, that all the defence just focus on them. And blokes like Joe Richards and Abe Ankers as well, they just float around that 40-metre mark to be able to get that easy little kick there and line up and kick himself, have a shot on goal.
Well, slow build-up play if we picked it before it happens, boys.
Joe Richards from 48 metres directly in front. Kick on the way. It's long, it's straight, it falls short. It's knocked through for a minor score. So that means Wodonga now have got the margin back to a neat. So it's 20 points. So it's a neat 20 points now. 46-26. We've gone 21 minutes. Here is the Panda Bear.
Yeah, Brown and McVeigh, good one-on-one contest. Great roving from Jorgensen. He's moved it on pretty quick, and all of a sudden, it's a genuine old foot race between Maher and Richards. Richards gained a lot of speed there.
No one really wanted to do anything there.
Maher just
hold up. We'll wait for the umpire to get here.
I'm going to bear hug this ball. I'm going to have a ball up, and I'm going to reset.
Pretend I'm getting rid of it.
Exactly right. Great tackle there from Richards. So the Dogs moved that really quick out of the defence, and we had a ball up there on centre wing.
That should be a free kick to Joe Richards.
It is.
Yeah,
it is a free kick.
Well, it bloody well should be too, because off the ball he got hit high.
So a bit of attention off the ball.
Of course, yep.
Porter just went up and let Barber know about it as well. Tapped him on the head and said, hey, thanks for that, my friend.
That's what I love about Dane Porter. He keeps an eye out for his mates.
He does. Richards, he goes short inboard to Clark. That is a beautiful looking kick through the middle of the Norm Minns Oval, and it's been marked by Hollandine. He's got a young Marjanovic leading for him at half forward. Well done there by the Dogs' defence, going back in numbers. Here's Tommy Johnson in the bright orange boots. Goes out wide looking for Mimo. Too wide. Boundary throw in far side. Ovens River side of the ground. 46 plays 26. Here's Brad Freak on the Water stat sheet.
Yeah, Jackson Clark again's been outstanding in this second quarter. He's up to 7 disposals. Dane Porter's had 9 in this second term as well. Those two have been outstanding for the Magpies. And for the Wodonga Bulldogs, again, Josh Clayton's had 6 and Jacob Barber's up to 7 in the second term.
Leachy gets a draw from the boundary throw in. Gussie Jones kicks it inside forward 50. Might have been, who was it? Saunders. Clark it was again. Got the handball out the back to Boarding on. Boarding on to McVeigh. A little bit untidy. Spiteri put a saddle on him and he's held him up. It'll be a ball up.
He's been good, Spiteri.
He's really dangerous. I like the way he's
brings
been.
a bit of energy to the contest.
Yeah, that's a good call, Mitch. That's what he does. And he's had a few opportunities that just haven't fallen his way yet, Panda. And you just got to stay in the hunt. That's what half forward's all about. It can be a terrible position, but you just got to make your own luck.
It's a hard position. McClernand's kick is a good one to Fraser Ellis through the middle of the ground. He goes short to Richards. Well done there by Granville, wearing him like a glove. Richards was able to regather and go inboard to a teammate, but Barber went over and lent a hand for the Dogs. Tommy Johnson streams out of defence. He goes short down the wing. This is Clayton. Goes inboard with a genuine one-on-one contest. Well done by Jorgensen, able to work it out. Links it up with his little mate Mimo, who missed Barber. in a one-on-one. It's been wrapped up in a massive tackle by Porter. Reckon that was a bit of payback for the kick, I think, on Joey Richards.
When Dame Porter saw who had the footy, there was no way knowing that tackle wasn't going to stick. And he said, get a bit of that in you. And Barber doesn't mind it.
I like it.
Barber's defence, it was probably a little bit high.
46 plays 26. It's a 20-point lead here to the Maggies. 23 gone on that Macca's time clock in this second quarter.
Well, this next goal is huge, boys. It either continue Wangaratta's, pushing this on the scoreboard pressure side, but Wodonga's got an important free kick here for Barber in the middle of the ground, but they just need the next goal to keep in touch.
So Barber, the ball's got half the turf pitch on it, spins awkwardly inside forward 50. Saunders overran it, handball by Wilding towards Jorgensen. And I think that's Wilding has had his jumper. Ragdoll. And umpire Bobby Condell says, yep. I don't know who you are, mate, with your shirt off, but tidy yourself up a bit, son. I'm going to award a free kick to Clark. And he goes across the ground, and he kicks it. Is it Lukey Saunders out in the... No, it's Anchors. Jeez, he gets around that bloke. Take it away, Panda.
Yeah, well, his kick wasn't great. Andrews actually smothered it. And this is really good pressure here by Andrews, but Anchors was able to regather. That wasn't the greatest 30 seconds of SSNA Ovens and Murray footy, but we got a throw in 60 metres around from the Wodonga Bulldogs goal, Rob.
Imagine grand final day, you had Anchors and Joey Richards up half forward, game's closed, you'd just be nervous, wouldn't you?
You'd hate to be a defender out there, wouldn't you? Freaky on that water stat sheet.
Absolutely, you wouldn't want to be out there playing on those boys.
25 minutes gone in this second quarter, but doing this one for solar integrity, and the Dogs go back inside 50. Wilson just stuck out the one mitt, was able to get it on down there towards Jace Brown. Was it resting there for the Dogs? It was Jace Brown resting, but the Magpies work it out amongst their defensive unit. This is Paddy Warner.
Been good, Wilson, for Wodonga.
Yeah, he's been pretty good indeed. This is Bergen, third game. Goes inboard to Fraser Ellis, and he's got a bit of space to move it, and he goes short here to Anchors, Robbie.
He does, and Anchors, he's been good. Give him another possessions.
No one wanted to tackle him, boys. They ran away.
There's a bit of a blue girl there, centre half forward too. Couple of old combatants in there. She's a nice little dish on. Saunders kick long. Reed leads out. And Reedy's mark.
On the siren.
Right on the siren. Was all clear, Panda. Don't try to cause any controversy.
Tell you what, 1 second later, that's half time.
He's fine. And don't forget, we hear it earlier than the umpires out there too, Panda, because right now we hear. He's kicked for Reed. After the siren, Reed has 5. You betcha. Straight through the guts for number 5 to Benny Reed. That extends the lead out to 24 points. I think it is now at half time. And what an entertaining game. Had a little bit of fireworks there too during that quarter. Just still a little bit brimming away there. 8-4-52 Wangaratta lead Wodonga 4-4-28. And Reed has 5.
He's kicked the last 3 goals of this game, has Benny Reed.
He would have too, yeah.
Yep.
There was only 4 goals kicked that quarter, and they were all kicked by Wangaratta, weren't they?
All kicked by Wangaratta. So 52 plays 28. That is on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard here at half-time. On the other side of this, the Supreme Skylights half-time show on 3E's R&M Live. And on R&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
1566 3NE.
Welcome back to O&M Live. This is the halftime show brought to you by Supreme Skylights. We're at the Norm Minns Oval. Where are we, Freaky? Norm Minns Oval. It's, the sun's just come out. I've just been basking in the sunshine on the boundary line there, mate. But we've got a cracking game. The Maggies by 24 points.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say there, Chris. So it's been really ebbed and flowed, the game. A bit of momentum swings, you could say, in this game. Obviously, in the first half of the first quarter, all the play was with Wangaratta kicking 4 goals in a row. And then the Wodonga Bulldogs charged back in that first quarter, getting it only a couple points at quarter time, but Magpies in that second quarter then, Chris, so they got that momentum going forward, but they just able to hit the scoreboard more regularly than what the Dogs were.
And that number 5 goal for Ben Reid right on the stroke of half-time was a bit of a nail in the coffin for Wodonga. Not done with yet, but that makes their chances really difficult in this second half. Struggling to hit the scoreboard as they did late in the first quarter. Didn't really get much chance in the second.
Nah, definitely not. As you say, Ben Reid's probably been the star of the show in the first half, kicking the 5 goals as well. He's been outstanding. It just been able to get that ball going forward. I think that's the one thing the Dogs probably lack a little bit is just that big, tall forward option. And obviously, Wangaratta Magpies have a plethora of them. Obviously, Callum Moore's not playing today, but if you've got Moore, Reid, and Newton down there, it really stretches your defence and it just gives more scoring opportunities. And we saw, especially just the flow-on effect from them, was obviously Joey Richards missed that shot later in that last second quarter then, but just having all the attention goes to the big boys, where a gun like Joey can just sort of float into the forward 50 and get an easy mark and get himself a shot at goal. But the Dogs have been really, really strong in this game. I think that, as we touched on throughout that second quarter, yourself and Robbie did, their forward pressure has been really, really good. I mean, they're competing hard. It's just when they get the ball inside 50, they just haven't been able to capitalise.
And haven't been able to keep it in there, much like Wangaratta has. Yeah. But Michael Newton's been pretty well held. How do you see, Morrison's obviously done a pretty good job on him. Reid's got off the leash a little bit with 5. How would you try and counteract that in the third quarter?
I find it always really tough, Chris, with just the big boys that they've got. I mean, obviously we touched on that Michael Driscoll's been playing on him, and probably for the first quarter and a half, or you'd say it was probably, you'd have kicked maybe 2 or 3 goals, but you'd say it was probably level. But Reed's been able to get off the chain a little bit, a bit more in that quarter there. I think obviously Tommy Johnson's not playing on one of the bigger boys, so he can play a bit more of that Lee Masters role, I think, that we saw last week down in the game. He can just float off and be able to fly in front of their opponents and be able to nullify him that way. I think it's just going to have to be a team approach to be able to defend these boys, because they just take so much presence in the forward half for them, and they are really hard to stop once they get going.
I don't think Wodonga's defence has been badly beaten at all day, but they've made the most of the limited opportunities. Ben Reid, obviously, he hasn't got much space on his opponents, but he's done a good job when he's had a little bit of an opportunity. But what about Johnson? I was going to ask you a bit more about him. How have you seen his game, and where best to play him? He's a little bit like a Jared Lane type, not quite as mobile as a Jared Lane from Corowa, but he's sort of played, like they said, that loose Lee Masters sort of type role, quarterback role. But is he better in a key position, do you think?
Oh, you'd think so, but I think they do want him. I think his ball use is really strong as well. I think they love him getting out on the outside of these big opponents as well. So he doesn't have the threat of so much having to come back. He can fill that hole, then filter off, and he uses the ball really well on that beautiful left foot that he's got. So I think that's the area they want. Obviously, they'd probably love him more so at the other end of the ground if they could have him down there to have that presence in the key forward that they look like they're needing. Because I feel like, I don't know, if they've had someone down there, this game probably a couple of goals closer, because the likes of Mimo and Jorgensen down there, and obviously Noah Spiteri, we touched on a couple of times, has been playing really well. I think Oscar Wiley, considering he's undersized, has really had a bit of a presence. When the ball has came there, he's always made sure he's got to the contest. So I think him coming into the side today, it's something to work on for them going forward. But he's not a big size. He's obviously a thick frame, but he's not tall and hasn't got that height that obviously you look at the other end with Reid and Newton have.
Kicking a winning score is certainly going to be their Achilles heel today, I'd say, for Wodonga. What about the midfield battle, Freaky? It's been quite even so far. Obviously, Wangaratta got on top late in that second quarter there, but it's been pretty good. Barber's been good. Matey's been okay. Clayton's been okay for Wodonga. Obviously, Anchors is starting to get a little bit more of it, which is a bit of a worry for Wodonga.
Yeah, absolutely. If we have a look at the Waters Electrical stat sheet, to half-time, as you say, Anchors is probably the one that's getting off a little bit off the chain that can be really damaging. He's up to 17 disposals for the first half. Jackson Clark across the half-back line, I think, has been really strong. He's sort of been the link player in the beginning of the play for him. He's had 16, and Dane Porter as well had 9 in that second quarter, so he's up to 30.
Pretty good, Dane Porter, in and under, hasn't he?
And he's been getting a lot of disposals as well lately. Obviously, last week he had the 23 disposals. The week before he had something similar like that as well. So he's getting plenty of footy as well and using it quite well. Obviously, one of the interesting battles that we see that's happening to Joey Richards the last few weeks is obviously teams trying to slow him down. He's had the 10 to half-time today. I don't know about you, Chris. He comes in and out with this tag. I think he's still working through it today. I think the teammates are noticing it a little bit more and being able to help him around the stoppages, which is only going to be better for the side going forward. But
you have to tag him, but his possessions haven't been clear ones that have helped the side go forward or get a bit of a jump on their opponents. It hasn't been real clear ball for him. He hasn't had a huge impact because of that tag, and his teammates are obviously having to think about that as well as their own game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Joe's most damaging aspect of his game is obviously his leg speed. So we saw him earlier in the year, in particular the first couple of games against Albury and the Wangaratta Rovers, and earlier in the year when they played Wodonga as well, I was there. His ability to get on the offensive side of the stoppages and use his leg speed and break away, and he turns himself into about a 60 to 80 metre player, because he can run and carry the ball for 20 or 30 metres and then deliver it forward so he gets that 40 or 50 metres. But that's where teams now, with that little bit of extra work around stoppages, are nullifying that leg speed from him. As you say, Chris, nothing clear like that as well for him today. It's all been in and under, a bit of the dirty stuff, I guess you could say.
Yep. And he's not afraid to get his hands dirty.
No, absolutely not. But it's just a different thing he's going to have to work through. And obviously we see today that obviously Wangaratta now are very aware that this is something that other teams are going to use going forward against them. So you've seen that obviously they must have done a bit of work at training this week to be able to around the stoppage work, to be able to try and get him free and moving, because he is so damaging. For mine, he'd be in the top 3 or 4 of the Morris medal at the moment. So he's a man that you want the ball in his hands, and when he uses it well for the Magpies.
Ollie Greenhill's getting the job done so far. Bit of a tough job, and he's still got a half to go. But while we're here, I'll get you to have a look at a quick around the grounds for the Plough in Tarrawingi. Beautiful pub there on the outskirts of Wangaratta. And just as we're on that, it's obviously some big games going on as well in town and down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. If we have a look at the game at the Lavington Sports Ground at the moment, Wodonga are ahead there by 9 points. Obviously, at halftime in that game, it is 9-56 to 7-5-47. In what an upset that might be brewing at the Birrelea Park, Chris Mitchell, is Wodonga Raiders up by points by over the Wangaratta Rovers, which you can only
That's
assume.
incredible, that is.
Yeah, it looks like they might not be taking their chances just looking at the score. Wodonga Raiders 6-5-41 to 5-10-40. So 1 point up there at the moment.
Want to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Raiders.
Be massive ramifications for the Rovers there. Obviously everybody coming into that game thinking they'd be able to get the win and really solidify that spot in the top 5.
Well, we've got the Myrtleford footy boys at Warrell at my father-in-law's shed making some salami and sausages at the moment.
Very nice.
They'll be sweating on the result there, hoping the Rovers can drop a game, and that solidifies their spot in the top 4 and 5 a little bit more. If you've just joined us, it is Wangaratta 8-4-52, leading Wodonga 4-4-28, if I can read the scoreboard correctly there. But we're not too far away from the second half getting underway. But what does Wodonga need to do to get back in this game? Obviously, the fifth goal on the siren really hurt their chances there, but they're not done with by any stretch. Just kicking the goals is a bit of an Achilles heel for their side.
Yeah, I think sometimes, as you say, Chris, you're right, just lowering their eyes at times. I think you touched on there later in that last second quarter there was a period of play. I think it was Jorgensen or Mimo had a snap around the corner where he had, as you say, Noel Spiteri free about 20 or 30 metres out, just went over his head. And a lot of that, obviously because they're not a very big forward line, and you got the likes of Mick Vase who's playing a bit more time down there, and Jackson Clark as well, just bigger frames. You have to lower your eyes. Body strength isn't going to be their go-to today. They're going to have to use their smarts in the forward line to be able to get the ball going and hit a scoreboard as well.
It's they've certainly got the cattle to get the job done. They just need to kick a couple of goals early in this third quarter to put a bit of pressure on Wangaratta.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen that they've been able to do it. This last half of the first quarter shows that they can kick 4 or 5 in the go row. So they shouldn't be hanging their heads, the Dogs. They're well in this game. They keep that forward pressure up. You never know what could happen.
All right, is Wangaratta by 24 points on their home deck against the Wodonga Bulldogs. This is the halftime show brought to you by Supreme Skylights. We're going to have a quick break and we'll have all the action in the second half not too far away. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Carlton 0.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
To O&M Live on 1566 3NE.
Third quarter action, not too far away from getting underway here in a sun-bathed at the moment Normin's Oval. Wodonga taking on Wangaratta, 8-4-52. The Wangaratta Magpies up against Wodonga, 4-4-28. And Chris, so I'm going straight down to the boundary to you because it looks like Miles Jewell is got a nice quad of some sorts down there for the Dogs.
Well, he's just taken the ice off the quad, but he's limping. He's done for the day, so it's a big blow there. He had a pretty good start of the game, Miles Jewell, so yeah, that's going to hurt their rotations as well.
It'll hurt their rotations, but Chris, it'll also hurt their forward structure because he was providing a pretty good contest down there. So it means that Geordie Taylor's probably going to have to throw those magnets around.
Yeah, well, we were talking about Tom Johnson's game and influence on it so far, and it's not a bad position to put him up forward, give him a bit of a more of a tall forward marking target. He's played there sometimes this season, and he's playing a bit of a loose man across the half back line. So that's what I would do, but I'm not the coach.
Don Van Berlo just helping himself to a nice sausage roll or pie at half time, which is what I love to see, Robbie.
Yeah, I had a break with you. We stood in the sun. You were knocking a Snitzy burger in, were you?
See how much gravy was on that roll?
Did you have one or two?
Asked for extra
I had
gravy,
one burger.
I thought you said...
Are you complaining about the amount of gravy?
No, it was brilliant.
Should have said it was
absolutely
smothered
brilliant.
in it, wasn't it?
I had to take the napkin off it because it was smothered in gravy and it was actually wetting my hands. I loved it. It was brilliant.
We had an awkward moment too, Brad. I was talking to a great old mate from Wodonga, Brucey Whispers Calder, and I introduced him to Panda, and Panda had just finished wiping his hand, a bit of gravy off his malt, off his gob, and then he shook hands with Bruce. With half a ton of gravy on his paw. And Bruce
Sorry, Brucey.
So you can't take it anywhere, Panda.
First and only time he says g'day to me next time at the footy, isn't it? So 8-4-52.
He thought you were a bogan, mate.
He did. 4-4-28. It's a 4-goal lead to the Wangaratta Magpies. Here's Robbie McKinlay on R11 Live.
Let's let it rip. There's Zach Leach. Handball to Kelly was magnificent. The bald-headed warrior goes long. He's got the Twin Towers. Newton. Ball comes to ground. Newton kick off the ground. It'll be a boundary throw in. It missed about 5 metres to the left-hand side. Good, fast, snappy start there, Panda.
He wanted to unearth his inner Chris Mitchell.
He released him the target.
Mitch would have
Zach
volleyed
Leach.
that on the left.
How about big Zach Leach in the middle of the ground there? We've got the follow-up handball to Matty Kelly, who sends it long into the 50.
It's been very good indeed. Mick Newton contesting that ruck contest and was just pushed out of the way. Picking the ball up there was Barbar, and snapping it out of his defensive 50, but it's been mopped up here by Fraser Ellis in the long sleeves for the Magpies. Kick surely not 15. It's going to be paid anyway.
15 and a half, mate.
Yeah, just. And it's been marked by Abraham Ankers right on the paint, far side of this Normin's Oval. He'll kick from right in front of the scoreboard. Does he have the distance here, Robbie?
I was going to ask you the same question.
Well, I've beaten you to it.
I don't think so.
I reckon he doesn't have the distance.
Early days after half time,
on
not
the run,
warmed up. Yeah,
I'd back him in.
Yep.
Well,
Ricky reckons he can.
Yeah,
Freaky.
I'll back him in.
Ooh.
All right, so Abe Ankers, I don't think he's kicked a goal today. He has had a lot of the footy, though, and he doesn't even go for it in the end. He pops it up to the hot spot. Reed had an arm held. Down there, defending hard is Morrison for the Dogs. You can rush it, son, if you like. You're under pressure. He doesn't.
Stuff you,
Panda,
he says.
He does. He clears it, and this has been marked by Wortman for the Dogs, right in front of the scoreboard. He wants to come back and switch it, and he does. This has been marked here by Morrison for the Dogs.
Now, that is a classic example of difference between a bona fide senior Ovens and Murray footballer like Morrison and you, Panda, a twos operator at North Albury at part-time. He backed himself to hit target. You would have just rushed it
and
through.
You know what? He kicked it out in the full.
It's terrible stuff. Newton missed the chance. Tommy Johnson was good. Twice Tommy Johnson got involved there and eventually ensured the ball went out of the boundary line. So about 2 minutes into the start of the third quarter, Wangaratta took a 4-goal lead into the second half, and they still maintain that. G'day, Hager. Yes, thank you. A couple of friendly supporters down below. Here's a kick off the ground, was okay. Might have been Morrison or Greenhill. It was Greenhill. And he's found the boundary again. So right down near you, Chris Mitchell. It's sort of a sluggish start to the third quarter. First goal's big here.
Very sluggish. It certainly is. Wodonga need it, don't they? They've got 4-4-28 on the board to 8-4-52. But, just haven't kicked one for a while and just desperately need one to keep in touch.
So I want you to do a head count on how many water boys and runners there are in pink shirts for the Wangaratta Magpies. And the Wodonga camp, there's a fair few out there. I like to see it. Greenhill, his kick was smothered there by Jesse Smith. The ball's in a contested position at half forward here for the Wangaratta Magpies, and we've got a ball up, 55 out from their goal. Brad Freak, early stats, please, on the Water stat sheet in this third.
Yeah, Ollie Greenhill up to 2 touches early in this game, and Wangaratta Magpies 2 early inside 50s as well.
We're doing this for STY medals. Wortman's trying to spin out a bit of traffic. And Driscoll, he's just went over and punched it out of bounds for a throw-in. Still 55 metres around in front of the old beautiful grandstand here at the Normins Oval. Bit of sunshine around at the moment, Robbie. It looks like a good day for footy.
I can count 9 pink shirts around the Wangaratta huddle or out on the ground running.
Fraser Dent's got the microphones on, the headset on.
7 for Wodonga, I count.
It's like a rock concert, isn't it, out there? Anchor's handball was intercepted, but Jesse Smith's a bit of a go-getter here.
Good kick.
That's a clever kick.
Beautiful.
Finds Hollandine. Tight angle. He's going to have to kick it from 50. He's right on the boundary. Now he centres the ball unselfishly. Reed is there. Can't get it. Ellis overran it. Barber was good. Got slung off the footy at the back to Anchors. Anchors now. Little fella. Got it. Kicked it long into the ground. I'm just trying to give you a name on that. It was Bojanovic. It was Adamo.
Yep.
And now Mayfi relieves for Wodonga. Handball was smothered and knocked over the boundary by Jesse Smith. It was indeed young Jaden Adamo.
On the Water stat sheet, Abe Anker starting his good form from he was in the first half. 3 early disposals in this third quarter.
How many do you have in the first half, Freaky?
17. Takes him up to 20 for the game.
He's been everywhere as Abraham Anker. So boundary throw, and we've gone 4 minutes on the Macca's time clock in this third quarter. No score to either side. It's still a 4-goal lead here to the Wangaratta Magpies. Kelly, the hard nut in there. Richards applying a bit of pressure. Here's Harry Smart on the left, snapping. It's going to be marked down there by Morrison in the goal square for the Wodonga Bulldogs in defence. He's had a pretty good game today, has Morrison. And he goes out wide. This is Tommy Johnson on his right. Kick, has it stayed in? I don't think it has. No. Out of bounds on the full, and a free kick, here to the Wangaratta Magpies, and this is young Jaden Adamo, Robbie McKinlay.
He goes short and he finds Fraser Ellis with a bullet-like pass, and very well taken by Ellis in the end. Doesn't have to be a slip fielder, does he, by any chance?
I wouldn't have a clue, Robbie.
I think he's a pretty good cricketer.
Yeah. Now he goes short, and he has found a teammate in young Hollandine. And this time he's going to shoot from 30 metres out, and he's going to go for the screw over the left-hand shoulder. Panda?
Good option. He's a good goal sneak.
Yep, and he would have practiced this many a time from the same position. Hollandine runs around now. He hasn't got enough curve on it. See, ball's kept in. Well done, Adamo. Handball towards Newton, missed the target. Kick off the ground. He might have got a push as he kicked it. Was a Wodonga defender. Went outside forward 50. Now it's going to go back inside forward 50 because Michael Boarding-on has it. Have a shot, Boards. Geez, you don't get that close very often. Man, it goes real short, and he finds Michael Newton.
He'll have a shot.
That was Blake Escott, Juice, who said that in special comments. He will have a shot.
No one's even bothering leading, boys.
We've got a good look at it. Now, normally I reckon Juice sometimes starts the ball left to right.
Bit of Tom Hawkins about it, I reckon.
Left, he missed one here in the last quarter of the 2019 Grand Final. Might end up hitting the post that Mayo McLeod might have called through for a goal a tad early.
If you're watching the live stream, this will be right behind it.
Here comes Juice, and he starts it right, and it sort of stayed that way because it did get a bit of that right-hand sort of slider.
Sound like Brian Taylor a little bit there.
Did I?
Robbie, yeah, the slider.
Wow.
Wow.
26-point lead to the Magpies.
53 plays 28.
Take it away, Bruce.
Right in front of the scoreboard here, the Wodonga Bulldogs.
Hey, how good Bruce McAvaney, Hall of Fame at the Logies.
At the Logies. Can't say I ever expected that.
That time they got a bit of class into that mob.
So Tommy Johnson at half-back. He goes short to Matey. His numbers, please, Brad Freak.
He's coming up for his 11th disposal for the game, so a bit quiet in the second quarter there, but he'll look to rattle it home in this last half.
He's been playing a bit of a defensive midfielder role, maybe at times on Richards. He gets it back in a 1-2 here, make it a 1-3 with Barber, and good defence there by McLuhan because he's forced him over the boundary line for a throw-in.
What's a 1-3?
Well, he got it 3 times. He got it 3 times in that 2-3.
But there would have had to be another person
There was.
involved.
I did skip a number.
2-3?
Boundary throw-in anyway on that far Ovens River side of the ground. 53 plays 28. We've gone 8 minutes on the Macca's time clock. Third quarter for STY Metals.
Is that the body of water that Gus McLeod famously called a creek
It
once?
is.
It's a bit bigger than that, isn't it? That's kicked out on the full, so this will come back in.
That almost is in the creek.
The river. So I think it'll be Fraser Ellis going to bring it back in, or young Adamo.
Might take a while. There's not many fans on that
Freaky,
side.
what do you got for us, mate?
Struggling to find the footy.
Yeah, the ball's really lived in the Wangaratta Magpies forward half again early in this third quarter. 5 inside 50s to zip. We've seen that trend a lot today in this game. And the Bulldogs' defence has been stout enough to not let them kick any goals at this point, so let's see if they can hold off.
Anchors runs and handballs to Ellis, got it back to Jimmy McLuhan, kicks it long, Driscoll from behind got a fist, Juice Newton was there ready to swoop, boundary line was too close, and it will be flung in. Panda, round the grounds, have you mate?
I got round the grounds for the Plough and Tarraringi. Or Freaky, you go. You can give it to us, please.
Yeah, Lavington are behind by 9 points against Yarrawonga, 56-47, and scores a level between Wangaratta Rovers and Raiders, 41 apiece.
Could have a boil over here. Boundary umpire flings that one in brilliantly. Matey's in there for the Dogs.
A week
Green
after
Hill.
knocking over Albury by a point.
Yeah, this is why this competition is so brilliant.
Exactly.
It is.
Don't forget, Raiders outscored Yarrawonga in the last quarter away from home, and then next week Yarrawonga beat Wangaratta.
We've got a secondary boundary throw in here. Right in front of the scoreboard. 53 plays 28. It's fair to say this game needs a goal, just quietly. It's inside the attacking 50 here for the Wangaratta Magpies. Anchors. Back to Porter. Beautiful looking kick into Reed. Beautifully done there by Porter. And Reed has already kicked 5, and this is for goal number 6, and he's going to kick it from every bit of 50 metres, which, Robbie, is no dramas because he nailed one on the half-time siren.
No, that's the distance is not the issue, is it? And he looks like it's his sort of day. They're coming off the boot very sweetly.
He purchases it off the boot brilliantly. Does Benny Reed. Look at that. That is absolutely fantastic. The goal umpire did not move an inch, only to go bang with a double fister. That is through for a steel line goal today. Ben Reed's got 6, and Chris O, bit of danger signs here for Geordie Taylor on the Wodonga bench.
Well, his ears must have been ringing because you guys said the game needed a goal, and we've finally got one. So how long into this? 10 minutes, nearly 10 minutes into this third quarter. So it just makes it a little bit harder for Wodonga to come back into it. Certainly not done with yet, but just struggling to get it over halfway at the moment. So need to get their hands on the footy in the middle.
On the Water stat sheet, the Wodonga Bulldogs midfielders have been getting their hands on the footy, but as Chris Mitchell just touched on there, just in the defensive half of the ground, haven't been able to get forward. Josh Matey's had 5 and Jacob Barber's had 4. Ollie Greenhill's had 3 in this quarter, but nothing forward.
Well, they're going to go forward again. Brad Anchor's kick was a bullet and it missed. And Panda, I believe that you're going to, Brad Freak's just given us a stat. You're going to raise him one. You've got, what do you got for me?
Well, I'll get back to you on it. Because
all right, well, you sit there and hold it.
I will. I'll go now.
What do you got for us?
Well, Ben Reed's kicked the last 4 goals of this game, Freaky.
Well done.
Is that all I get? A well done.
I think that... I'll
good by you, Panda.
I'll convert that to stay in your lane, Panda. Stay in your lane, mate. That's unheard of, that sort of stuff, mate. Greenhill's clearing kick. It was an outside, inside-out torpedo punt to the middle of the ground. Saunders was good. So was Jackson Clark. And I think there's a high tackle there.
Yeah, on
mate.
Saunders, I think.
It is Saunders. I knew I'd get him eventually. And he plays on quickly.
Yep. Option inboard, it's Fraser Ellis, who's been very busy in this third quarter. He's right bang smack in the middle of the Norm Inns, fakes to go out wide, comes back inboard. Kick was too hot there for Paddy Warner. Clever little tap on there by Richards. Kelly the Warrior just goes in there and tries to break his way through. He's been wrapped up. Ball up 45 metres out from the Magpies' goal. They lead this by 21 points. Brad Freak for Waters.
8 inside 50s to zip in this third quarter. The ball's only lived in the Magpies' forward half.
Gee, they were big numbers, similar to what we saw in the first quarter. Joey Richards' handball clever to Clark was good. Jesse Smith loves that side of the ground. Goes long. Jesse Smith, top of the goal square. Reedy's there. It's been touched. Well done there by Sammy Jewell. And it's gone through for a rush behind. But just clever work there, Jess Smith. He loves operating on that side. It suits him. He's got great explosive pace and he likes to pump the ball along there from Panda. It'll be Jorgensen, the man from Sweden, who will bring it back in.
Is he from Sweden?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Stockholm, mate.
All right, well, there you go.
I wouldn't have a clue.
I know for a fact you have absolutely no idea, Robbie McKinlay, but if you say something, people will believe it. Toby Johnson goes out wide. The young Reese Venturoni on debut for the Dogs. He's been called to play on Ovens River side of the Norm Inns. He goes down the line, looking for Driscoll at half forward. Joshy Smart for the Wangaratta Magpies up against Wilding. Looks like the Dogs going to work it out here. It's in the hands of Ethan Ritchie. Just got a kick away. Here's a chance for Mayfield, who's pushed forward. Tries to break away. He was tackled as he went to kick it. He goes back in to apply a bit of pressure. Jorgensen dazzling and weaving. Shovels a hand pass out into Wilding. So the attack here for the Dogs are just trying to work it out. And the boundary umpire is going to throw this one back in. 30 metres out from the Dogs' goal.
Mick Driscoll's appealing for deliberate.
He is.
Guess who knocked it out? Mick
Driscoll.
No, it was one of his teammates. Oh, well, you get that, Panda.
All right, well, what do we got? 60 plays 28 here, so it's a 32-point lead here to the Wang Magpies.
Good knock there by Zach Leach. Handball shoveling out was Marta Jorgensen, the man from Stockholm, we believe. Mars there again, and now we'll have another boundary.
Chris, I want you to find that out after the game for us, please.
I can tell you now.
Tell you what, if you're a Wodonga supporter, yeah, you might get frustrated at times, but never doubt their commitment. Gee, they have a dip.
They always have, even when they're near the bottom of the ladder.
They always have. Right, we're back into play here. The clever tap by Leach to Kelly was brilliant. Kelly's quick kick. Reedy's up the ground. It's followed there, but good work coming through off the half back here. Might have been Wilson. Tumbles the ball into half forward. Leach missed it, but he went back like a rover.
Brilliant.
Have a look at that from Zachy Leach. The kick, though, can't find a fellow teammate, and it's going to spill to half back. Chance here for Driscoll. Fed the handball backwards. And now, Panda, they're going to set up from the last line of defence almost.
Yeah, Morrison just sends it up towards half forward. Finds a teammate here in Jorgensen. Beautiful kick in the sunshine of the Norm Inns. Ovens River side of the ground, Jorgensen. And he's going to kick the Dogs into attack. Wilson comes late, forces a contest. Kelly in the hole for the Maggies, pushing back in defence. Landing a hand, upended there, I think was Anchors. Richards done very well. McVeigh, they link up, and Ellis, he's covering some miles as Fraser Ellis. He marks at half-back, plays on straight away with a beautiful-looking kick inboard. Saunders had to sit underneath it. McLuhan got it, worked it out. He sends the Magpies into attack. Jules got to go across in the hole in front of Reed. Down there as well as Paddy Warner for the Wangaratta Magpies. Reed's down there, and the Dogs through Morrison just clear it, Robbie. It looks like Newton's down there up against Jewell as well.
Yeah, Jewell did well. He got up first, handball, shoveled it to Johnson. Johnson kicks down the line, looks for Casey Mark, couldn't get it, ball went over his head. Chance here for Mimo, handball to Clayton. Now they'll go longer to Mayfield. Mayfield kicks the ball, one-on-one contest here. Ball can stay down front, might get a free kick here. He will. Free kick will go the way of the Doggies.
Wilding.
Wilding it is. Chip short. Good kick. Really well-weighted kick. And it looks like it might have found... Is it Wilson?
It is. He's pushed forward, Wilson.
The mattress. Matt Wilson. He's going to kick from... Well, kick for about 47 metres, I reckon. I don't know what much history on the length of his kicking.
It's from Finley, I think, the young
Finley
fella.
boy. Tom Hawkins country. Wilson comes in. Got a good strike on it. Got a real good piece of it. And the Doggies get their first goal since the first quarter, but they're still in the game. They're only trailing by just around the 20-point margin. As the scoreboard flashes on, it is, in fact, it is a 26-point margin, 9-6, 5-4. We're doing this one for STY medals. That's on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard.
Just moving the ball a little bit quicker, aren't they? That overlap handball run and carry game is probably going to suit them a little bit more in this second half and move the ball a bit quicker rather than giving Wangaratta's defence time to set up.
Josh Matthey's the one for the Bulldogs in this quarter, guys. He's up to 7 disposals. Jacob Barber, another one, he's had 5. And Jorgensen, the man from Sweden, as you say, Roberto, he's had 4 disposals in this third quarter.
Loves it over
well.
here, apparently.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Likes the warm weather.
Yeah, loves it.
Likes days like this as well. More like it is back home. Back in the middle of the ground. So 60-34. So game's in an interesting spot here. Can the Doggies just force their way back into this one? Spiteri kicked it up towards half forward, and Saunders got clipped right around the ear hole there.
Got tripped, boys, I think.
And a clip.
And a clip as well. Got one high or trip. Take your pick. He goes short to Kelly. He's got options inboard. It's Anchors. He just marks it in front of Richards. His numbers, please, Bradfrey.
He's up to his 7th disposal in this quarter, which takes him up to 24 for the game.
It's a disposal, every couple of minutes. He goes out wide here to Bergen. Great looking kick inboard, finds Zachy Leach, and he should give that hand pass off to Richards. He doesn't. He goes even further afield here to Saunders, and they've moved the footy across the ground. Robbie, it's in the hands of Bordignon.
Bordignon goes to the middle of the ground. It's a risky one. Well read there by Mimo. Release the handball out the back to Barber. Got it back to Clayton. Got it back to Barber. I think it sits. It won't sit. Now it does. Clayton and Barber have done a lot of work. Free kick advantage rule played now. Jace Brown's kick was a bit dodgy. Clark was good, couldn't keep it in, and it's going to be flung back in. It's true centre wing, almost 18 minutes gone, Macca's time clock.
We'll talk about Anchors, boys. I know they're putting a fair bit of pressure on Joey Richards. Greenhill doing the runward tag there, but Anchors doesn't really have an opponent, so you just see what the amount of touches he's had this quarter.
If we go around the grounds for the Plough and Tarawinji, Yarrawonga have kicked away to a 20-point lead over the Lavington Panthers, 68-48, and in the other game, Rovers are out to an 11-point lead against the Wodonga Raiders, 53-42.
We'll get a Yarrawonga News and Gifts netball update as well as the bald-headed warrior Kelly just shakes his head from that contest. 26-point lead here to the Magpies. We've played 18 in this third quarter. Mimo, he's been wrapped up. Bradfrey.
Yeah, Yarrawonga News and Gifts netball update at the moment. Obviously, Lavington won by 2 goals against Yarrawonga earlier today. Wangaratta Magpies are up by 15 goals against the Wodonga Bulldogs, 45-30. Wodonga Raiders are up by 15 goals as well against Wodonga Raiders, 52-37.
Clayton's lifted, handball to Mayfield, he was under pressure, got it back to Clayton though. Clayton's kick into half forward, a tough one there for Wilson. And I think we'll see a ball up. And boys, I haven't been inundated with scores out of the AFL this afternoon, and my team Carlton are playing. That suggests to me there may be some good news for the Blues supporters.
Up by 19 points,
oh,
60-41.
There you go. I guess that. Kelly, hurry
Rhetorical
kick.
question, that one.
Because I just had to peek myself. Ma kicks it in towards half forward. Wilson got a push. Did he? No, he didn't. McVeigh's kick off the ground was hit and miss. Good work by your little man, I think it was Majanovic. Got it on to Kelly. Kelly had a couple of bounces. Thumped the ball long. Reedy will eat this for breakfast. There you go. Ben Reid marks top of the goal square. He missed one from this distance last week. He's kicked 6 already. And I think this is a same
telling
distance.
me that he missed the goal from last week.
Same shot. Ben Reid, he'll tee himself.
Did he kick a drop punt?
Yep. Yeah, and he brushed the inside of the right-hand goal post. Reid looks nervous. Comes in. 12 metres out. Oh! He nearly did it again. Reid sneaks it through for his 7th goal. Benny Reid. Brilliant work, but how about the lead-up work? The kick in from Kelly was nice and long. I think it was our little man there, Majanovic, who slid the ball to him. And Reid has 7, and he's been the difference, boys.
What does that take his season tally to, boys?
Get back on that one. 37, I think.
35.
Yeah. Chris Oso, he's having a great year down the forward half.
Is he?
No, 37 goals.
Overtaken juice for the Doug
I've got him on 30 goals for the year.
Right.
So 37 for Benny Reid. Are you questioning me, Robbie?
I know nothing. I tell you, he has done. He's kicked 5 of the last 6 goals in this game,
He's
Blake.
kicked all of Wangaratta's last 5 goals, Robbie.
There you go. Thank you.
We've got a whistle here. A free kick to the Wodonga Bulldogs. It's a throw. And it's going to go the way of young Casey Marr. So 32 points is the margin. 66 plays 34. The Dogs are just going to take everything on, and that's a horrible kick. That was a genuine worm burner. Take coverage if you're a nice earthworm in there. Anchors left it behind at half forward. You may have heard something on our effects mics there. Brown in a contest down there for the Wodonga Bulldogs. McVeigh done well. In fact, it was Hayden. He was wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire circling. Just lets it go. Not bad stuff. Jorgensen inside 50 here for the Dogs. It's Marr off a step, sends it goal bound. And Bordonyong's going to eat this for breakfast here for the Wangaratta Magpies. Marking on the last line of defence. 66 plays 34. Here's Robbie McKinlay, a 32-point lead to the Maggies for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
McVeigh ignored the short lead, decided to go long, and it should be cleaned up there. Driscoll got it. Handball back inside. Barber now off the left foot. Kick. It was Johnson. Front of the pack, Magpies have got numbers. Clark, look at that speed off the mark. He's absolutely burned Spiteri, who's pretty quick. Handball over the top to Paddy Warner. Has one bounce. Go long. Reads a bit of the chance that gets over the back. It can't. And it's marked beautifully there by Sammy Jewell. Plays on. Kicks it over the top. Oh, it is a collision. You can hear the trepidation in our voice. Went one way. Hollandine the other. Grubber kick along the ground. It's going to be mopped up and it'll trickle through for a minor score from Hollandine. 67-34. Wangaratta lead Wodonga. 22 minutes gone. F45 Wangaratta scoreboard. We're doing this quarter for STY medals. Here's Panda.
Fraser Ellis very slow to get up there, boys. Just clutching the back of his head there. He should be right, but yeah, copped a bit of a knock.
What a stat for Jacob Barber. Goes out very wide. This is at right half back. It's Reedy Jackson gives it back to Barber. Beautiful kick down the wing. Good link-up play here by the Dogs. Wilding, he's got it. Goes one way, then has to go the other. Wilson, who's been lively in the forward line here for the Dogs in this third quarter, he's got it, and he runs it over the boundary line. Umpire says, hey, I'll throw that back in. 67 plays 34, a 33-point lead. We've almost gone time on here in this third quarter. 22 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock. The boundary umpire brings this one back in, Robbie McKinlay.
It won't be a long quarter. Here's a chance for the Doggies. Snap on goal. Jorgensen nails a beauty. The man from Stockholm bangs it through the middle for a steel line Sweden goal of the day. Contender, and the margin comes back to 28 points. They've just still got a little bit of a stiff, Panda. He ain't over yet.
Yeah, on the What a stat sheet in this third quarter, the midfielders for the Wodonga Bulldogs are getting plenty of footy. Josh Matthews up to 8, Jacob Barber's had 7, Clayton and Jorgensen have both had 5, and Ollie Greenhill's had 4. They've been able to get their hands on the footy and hit the scoreboard a little bit, but they just haven't been able to make up any of that, the margin that it was at half-time. If we have a look at the Wang Magpies, it's been all Abe Anchors in this third quarter. He's up to 8 disposals, which takes him up to 25 for the game. So he's having an outstanding game again, Abraham Anchors.
Yeah. Good forward craft that was, Chriso, from Jorgensen, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful right spot and a great snap on the run.
It is indeed. He's back in the middle of the ground here, and he might get a clearance.
Oh, they didn't take him off.
No, they left him on, Robbie.
Wow, you kick a goal and you stay on. How good is that?
You're going to ride that one all day, aren't you?
Oh, I hate it, mate. It is absolutely. It is the
They do
dumbest.
it for rotations.
No,
they can grab him off. That's
they do
what
it
they do
through
it for.
stupidity.
I agree.
Fraser Ellis has come off, boys. Just getting his right ear looked at the moment.
McLernan snap kick forward. Might fall in the hands of Reed. He's kicked 7, the big fella. Scoops it up in the direction of Richards. He socketed it, tried to keep it in. That was brilliant there by Joey Richards.
Our little mate on the boundary wasn't going to have a bar of that. No way.
Boundary throw in 50 metres out on the paint here at the Normins Oval. Bathed in sunshine. Beautiful arvo here in Wangaratta. 67 plays 40. That's on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard. The Maggies lead.
Reed tapped at anchors. His kick was smothered. Barber went it. Barber and Dame Porter had a nice little stoush up at it today.
Porter has... there was a big tackle there, and Barber's coming off.
I reckon he's winded or he's hurt his hip.
I reckon he's hurt his hip, Chriso. Watch that one on the boundary. Yep.
He's coming off very ginger indeed.
I reckon he's been their best player today.
Yeah, been good, Barber. Yeah, really good.
For the Dogs.
Reed doing a bit of ruck. Driscoll did well. Comes back the way. They kick off the ground. It might have been Jorgensen. Smothered. Another quick kick by Driscoll. No, it was Sammy Jewell. Intercepted by Clark. The Anchors have got another handball. Got it on to Josh Smart. Oh, McLernan's handball was brilliant to Clark. He goes long. Top of the gold square. Numbers with Wangaratta if it comes to ground level. Joey Richards is there. Can't beat it. The boundary line does. It'll be flung in 20 metres around from Wangaratta's goal. They lead by 27 points.
Abraham anchors up to 10 disposals in this third quarter on the Water stat sheet. Been absolutely everywhere for the Wangaratta Magpies.
What's Joe Richards' number?
He's only up to 12 again today.
But he's been all right, I reckon.
I reckon he's been working really, really hard. He has indeed. So Ben Reid is taking this ruck contest. He's grabbed it out of the ruck. He's sent a goalward, Reedy, and it's through for a point.
Now, is that his first point today? I've got him for 7 straight before that.
Potentially. So maybe 7-1. We'll fact check that later. It's a 28-point lead. 68 plays 40. That's on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard as the Dogs are going to bring this one back in. It's Panda Escott with you. Robbie McKinlay, Brad Freak, Chris Mitchell, Doug the cameraman in the box. Whatever you're doing, listening or watching, I hope you're enjoying your Saturday Arvo and listening to 3E's R11 live coverage.
Jeez, didn't Dougie pull me up earlier in the day?
He did indeed.
Made me a nice little clip.
Waltman at half back. About a what?
About a band.
Oh, he did, yes. The cockroaches.
Yeah, the cockroaches. Now, that's a risky kick, but it's not bad. Underneath it was Driscoll, or Jewell it was in the end. Jace Brown did well. Got the memo. Jeez, he's in trouble. He got out of a couple. He's still under the pump. Here's a go for Paddy Warner. One-on-one contest here. Good, strong play. Was it Wortman there? He's going to be penalised. Great tackle, Paddy Warner. He might have been a bit stiff. He'll kick over the top to Reedy, and Reed marks 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. A chance to kick number 8.
Well, it was Liam Andrews, I think, Chris O got wrapped up in that tackle. And
yep. As soon as Paddy Warner got the free, Reed was on his bike, and a good sense number 8 coming up pretty quickly. He's going to run around the corner and try and nab this one.
He is. He's only, he'd only be 30 metres out. Plays on, runs around, misses.
Started it too far.
Misses, he did. He didn't allow for the swing, Panda. And it went through for his second consecutive point. And before that, he kicked 7 straight goals. It's a funny old game, Panda.
Brad Freak, what have you got for us on the Water stat sheet?
Yeah, as we touched on, Abraham anchors up to 10 disposals in this quarter. Josh Matthews had 8. Inside 50s is 7 in this term as well. So Wangaratta Magpies had the lion's share of it, and they've been able to hit the scoreboard as well. But the Dogs' defence has stood up at different moments today as well. So plenty of reason to keep your head held high as a Wodonga supporter.
Tommy Johnson, scoreboard side, sends it towards half back, and the siren has gone here at the Normans Oval. It's turned into a ripping day for footy and netball right across the region, and it's a 29-point lead here to the Wangaratta Magpies, just showing their class and depth here in the SSNA Ovens and Murray. 69 plays 40, fourth quarter on the other side of this. In an R11 Live, you won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at Macrae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at Macrae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with Go TAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
1566 3NE.
Third quarter done and dusted. It's three-quarter time. It's a 29-point lead to the Wangaratta Magpies, doing it easy here at the minute on 3N's R11 Live. Brad Freak, who were the flex-out physios, quarters best in that third quarter, and a complete Waters stats update for us.
Absolutely, Panda. For the Wangaratta Magpies, Matt Kelly was outstanding in that third quarter. Really good run through the middle of one passage to set up a goal. Abraham Anchors, every quarter we've had him there is the flex-out quarters best, but he just has been for the Magpies. He's probably been behind Ben Reid, their best player today. For Wodonga Bulldogs, I thought Robbie's man, the Swedish man, Adam Jorgensen, had a really good third quarter, having 6 disposals and kicking a goal. And Josh Matey, their young gun as well, had a really strong third quarter as well. If we have a look at the Waters stat sheet for the Wangaratta Magpies, as we touched on, Abraham Anchors has had 10 touches in that third quarter, takes him up to 27 for the game. Jackson Clark off the half-back lines had 20 disposals himself and been really, really strong. For Wodonga Bulldogs in that third quarter, Jacob Barber had the 7 disposals, which is up to 22 for the game. Adam Jorgensen had 6, which is 16 for the game, and Josh Matthews had 16 for the game as well. Inside 50s have been absolutely dominated by the Wangaratta Magpies today. It's 42-24, and that's been represented in the scoreboard, with the ball being mainly in the Wangaratta Magpies forward half. But the Bulldogs' defence has been really strong today and been able to nullify a lot of forward thrust, but just the mountain of wave of forward footy from the Wangaratta Magpies has just been a little bit too much.
Chris O, what camp were you in at three-quarter time, and what were the messages, please, boundary side for Albury Wodonga MG?
Yeah, Panda, I was listening to Ben Reid. He's obviously been the star of the show. Take him out of it, it's a different story today, but he was pretty confident Wangaratta could ice this game, he said, and kick a couple early and put the game to bed, but doesn't want his side to look at the scoreboard and wants to start strongly and put this one away early.
Just to touch on what Chris O said there about Ben Reid being the difference, Wangaratta Magpies have only had 3 goal kickers today. Yeah. Reid's kicked 7, Newton's kicked 2, and Marjanovic, your young fella, I'm going to get that wrong every time I say, he's kicked a beautiful goal on debut as well. So he really has been the difference today, Ben Reid.
Freaky likes his work with that stat, doesn't he, Robbie?
He loves it.
I can tell he's got a little wry smile here from the Freak man.
Well, you tried. You came over the top during that quarter with your
head wobble. Luke Darcy head wobble there from Freaky.
Reedy's kicked 4 in a row. Yeah,
make it 5.
Panda's lit up. He's trying to come on my territory.
He's kicked the last 5. I reckon. He's kicked the last 5 goals. Quickly, Freaky, where are we at in the other game, please, around the grounds for Plough and Tarrawingi?
1 point between Yarrawonga and Lavington at the moment. Wangaratta Rovers are kicked away against Wodonga Raiders. They're 83-49, but that other game on 2AY, 68-67.
So there you go. Let it rip, Panda.
Thank you, Robbie. Fourth quarter for Abco Wangaratta. We love Brett Anderson and the guys down there Dane Porter inside forward 50, snapping, looking for Newton down there. Will it sit? Newton snaps and goal. So the start the Wangaratta Magpies wanted, just like that. We've only gone 20 seconds.
18 seconds.
Robbie was pressing play on our little time clock in here, and Juice Newton's kicked 3 goals. He's played second fiddle today, and that brings his tally for the year. 27 for the year. Mick Newton. Ben Reed's got 7. It's a 35-point lead to the Wangaratta Magpies. 75 plays 40. That's on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Chriso, we only went 20 seconds, my friend.
Oh, great clearance work by Abe Anchors. Managed to find Porter, who's had an absolutely ripping game. He was obviously playing with a bit of emotion today, and Newton was good enough to keep the ball in front of him, get around his opponent and snap truly.
And for the third time today, Juice Newton kicks the first goal of a quarter.
First time that...
That's for what is stats.
You guys are trying to do each other.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to have to step up my game here on the boundary.
Smith got it off half back. You must don't know you're doing great. Brad, just hang in there, mate. We're just only just
he's seeing red. Look at him.
Not happy. He'll start calling the footy in a minute.
I might have to come down boundary side with Chris because I don't know if there's much room here with the two heads.
No,
that's going
you can't fit in there, mate.
No, we're just trying to help the call, aren't we, Panda?
Yeah, exactly.
Something comes to mind. Barber gets it at half back, and he comes across the ground to Van Morrison, who chips it to centre wing. And here's Sammy Jewell, and it's a nice kick too, and he finds big Mick Driscoll. Goes short. Gee, they've used this ball nice. Reed Jackson has it. They're still 70 out from goal. Trail by 35. Another delicious pass there. Finds Clayton. Handball was superb to Wortman. Wortman goes to the top of the goal square. We need a big lift. Big grab. Big mark by the doggies. Is it your boy Oscar Wilding?
It's Wilson.
It's Wilson. He's been good today.
He has when he went forward. He's been brilliant. What about that, Chris? That was great courage.
Great play too. Had a great build-up work, and he hasn't wasted any time running into a shot.
And he bangs it through. Matty Wilson's got 2. He's a Raggetty's type looking in. He's got hair. He could put a comb through it if he liked, but tell you what, he's a goer. I reckon he's been nearly their best.
Yeah.
So Matty Wilson gets 2. Doggies get a quick answer. We've got 2 goals in the first 2 minutes to start final quarter action. 75 to 46. Magpies lead. I can't give any more than that, Panda.
Only their first mark inside 50 today for the Wodonga Bulldogs.
What?
First mark inside 40.
Now you're making enough.
He's absolutely trumped us now, Robbie.
Well
We're not
done,
coming back from that
Jesus.
one.
Wow.
That's why he is the best, Brad Freak. So 75 plays 46, and the Magpies through Clayton. Sorry, the Dogs through Clayton. Clear it. And Barber sends a 65-metre torpedo inside forward 50. Jorgensen overran the footy. Mimo for the Dogs as well. Kelly's in there, and he's won a free kick in the back. And Jackson Clark says, boys, I'll take the advantage. He gets it onto Anchors. This is Bergen down the far wing. Chips it up, and this one's been marked. Here is me boy. It's Marjanovic. He goes short, out to Porter. Tied up against the boundary, Dane Porter. 50 out, kicks it in the Reed direction. He got a shove, and Morrison for the Dogs sweeps it off across half back, and he goes short to Reed Jackson. 70 plays 46. It's a 29-point lead here to the Wangaratta Magpies.
Zach Leach, the pass from Morrison, it was meant to go to Driscoll. It went over his head, and big Zachy Leach was coming through like the Southern Aurora. He marked it, and now I'll tell you, Panda, he will have a crack at this.
I reckon he
fancies himself as a bit of a goal kick. I just got these flashbacks from about 3, 4, 5 years ago, and he goes short. Well, there you go. And Newton marks! And he's happy with his work. Have a look at Big Zach. I reckon he's given the Wodonga crowd a little bit. Hey, get that into your boys for the trip home up the highway. Big Zachy, he's been good in his return today. And now Juice Newton, he's going for gold number 4. He's probably getting a little bit of advice from that Wodonga contingent as well. Newton comes in and his kick smothered. Comes to ground. Yes, they did give him a bit. My word, they did. High tackle, free kick. And is it the Warrior?
It is. Kelly.
Matty Kelly, the bald-headed Warrior, he loves to kick a goal.
He's been really good today.
He's done hard work. His stats might not be, mountainous.
Well, I reckon this is his best game for the year.
Yep.
For sure.
Don't tell me the Warrior's going to kick around his body. It's an epidemic, this.
Oh, no.
Matty Kelly, you're a bloody... That's better. Kick or drop punt, Warrior! And he's going to do it. Have a look at him. He's going to go back for the drop punt. I just couldn't believe he even contemplated it. Come on, Kel. In he comes and he rams it through for a goal. Matty Kelly gets his first. And another quick reply there. So it's a very entertaining start to this final term. Wangaratta take the margin back out to 35 points.
That's the sort of scintillating stuff you get on O&M Live. You have commentators yelling out to players, telling them how to kick goals, Chris Mitchell.
Oh, I don't know what to say, boys. Embarrassment to the organisation.
Deary,
the
deary
Warrior will
me.
love that. You'll give me a
I
message
think
about
he's
that
really going to love that one, Brad Freak on the water stat sheet.
Yeah, I'm glad he listened to you, Robbie, because he only just snuck that one in, but around the corner, I don't think that's
He did
right.
jump up for a banana, didn't he?
He did. I don't think that'd be his caper, though. The drop punt looks like it'd suit him a bit better.
He's a traditionalist.
Back in the middle of the ground, advantage play on Anchors,
dear.
easy to Newton.
What's Anchors up to now?
He's had 4 in this last quarter. Chriso, he's up to 31.
He's on his own too. Juice says, I can't see ya.
Juice-
I can't see ya.
The
Where are
sun's
you?
in my eyes.
Where are you?
Did you tell him to do a banana from here, Robbie?
No, he'll kick the drop punt.
So
Hello.
Juice Newton is lining up 45 metres out directly in front, and the umpire just stopped the game and said, hey, get out of the area.
Yeah, good umpiring, Dave Ryan.
So Juice Newton's kicked 3. His last one was smothered. This one is not smothered, and this one is across the face, is it, or it's through for a goal? No, it's through for a point. So Juice Newton has gone to 3 goals, 2 for the day.
And a smother.
The score is now 82 to 46. It's a 6-goal margin here to the Wangaratta Magpies, and we've gone 9 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Babark, or Barber as I call him, kicks the ball to half-back. And
Mate, that's 6 minutes, Robbie.
It's taken by Ollie Greenhill. I give Panda a nice little drive-by. Now he goes right across the goals, and he'll set it up for Van Morrison, who kicks it wide. Gee, that's a nice kick too, and he found Casey Marr. It's bathed in sunshine, Panda, this ground. Tommy Johnson takes a one-hander, and he goes wide, and he weighs up Jace Brown, who's marked. Chipping little kick. It's tight to Richie. Richie was beset upon. Goes short. And he finds Mayfie. Now, Mayfie's got a nice little build-up here. Goes short. He's picked out his man. He can't find him. It's almost a kick off the ground. And then, here comes Zaki. He overrun the footy. Now he's arrived on the scene. And he says, I'm absolutely stuffed. You boys can sort it out. And Dave Ryan says, we'll ball up. And this is Panda Ascot you're going to hear now. 82 to 46. 7.5 minutes gone last quarter. Thought it might get a bit loose, Panda.
Yep.
Could be heading that way.
Absolutely. That was the voice of Robbie McKinlay for the Old Town and Country Tavern, which will be rocking tonight out on Greta Road, Wangaratta. Jesse Smith sends the Maggies inside forward 50. It's got out the back here of Reed and Jewell running onto it with pace with Kelly, dribbling and hitting the post. Matty Kelly, who's looking dangerous as a forward, reinvented forward here in this last quarter. The score moves to 83 to 46. The Magpies,
get out of the way, I got this one.
Yeah, the Magpies still in front. That was great roving there by Matty Kelly as the Dogs at half-back work it out through Mayfie.
Yeah, he's been good again. Has he got his stats too, Freaky, for 40 waters?
Josh Mayfie's up to 18 for the game.
Yep. I think Kel was ready to celebrate too.
He was.
The Wodonga contingent.
He was all in there.
Over there.
And the merchandise stand down there as well for the Magpies.
The Warrior's coming off now. He's absolutely stuffed. He looks like he's stuffed there, Mitch, doesn't he?
Yeah,
not stuffed, but he's buggered, I suppose.
No, he's buggered. He'll be get.
I think he'll get through the week, if you know what I mean.
Can you ask him whether he took Robbie's advice? Please, Chriso.
Handball over the top. Jorgensen missed it. So Jackson Clark. Oh, clever handball. Give Anchors another one with a beautiful sweeping handball back to Michael Boarding on. Tumbling old drop punt type of kick. Nearly busted a couple of sets of fingers. And our half-back, the Doggies defend again. They've been really good. It might have been Wartman on that occasion. Kick to the far side of the ground. Great fist there by the Wangaratta defence. Might have been Lukey Saunders, was it? Anyway, it's going to be a boundary throw in Panda and take it away. It's 83 to 46. Wangaratta lead Wodonga. We've gone 8 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
We'll go to Brad Freak soon for Around the Grounds to the plough in Tarawinji. 37-point lead. This one's probably done and dusted here on O&M Live, and the Maggies will go to 9-1. And, of course, the Wodonga Bulldogs sitting in 8th. Probably can't make it now. This is Driscoll on true centre wing. Beautiful bit of sunshine. Tommy Johnson is going to switch this footy to the broadcast side. Dual mark, so they've got a bit of space here. They've got Reed Jackson down the wing. Didn't use him. In towards Wilding. And the defence of the Magpies is going to chop it up with ease here by Hayden. Out to Ellis. Has to take a one-hander, and he juggles it at left half back. Chris, so I said that Reed Jackson was in a heap of space. Jewel ignored him. The kick wasn't great, and they've turned it over.
Yeah, they have, and Wangaratta's got the footy now. They're very hard to get it back as well, but that's probably been their Achilles heel today, the turnovers. It really hurt Wodonga.
Brad Freak around the grounds for the plough in Tarawinji.
Yeah, Yarrawonga up by 7 points against Lavington, 74-67. Rovers up by 35 points against Wodonga Raiders.
Mar inside 50. Kick was long, but Matty Hayden read it beautifully, and a superb kick outside. Fans boarding on inside handball to Anchors. This bloke has been sensational today. Anchors thumping handball to Jackson Clark. Clark a long one over the top. A good one too it was. It went the way of Fraser Holland-Dean. He chipped it nicely. Inside ball back to Anchors. Anchors kicks long towards Reed. Reed might have given a push. Reed gets it off the ground. McClellan comes in front of the coach. Kicks it off the ground. The Magpies increase their lead. 13-11-89. And they are doing it in style now. That stretches that lead out to around about the 43-point margin. And Brad, while you're going around the grounds, a lot of our listeners love to hear the AFL updates. If you could just dig one of those up, please.
No,
for Dougie the cameraman.
Do not even
Cats will
dare.
be playing soon, aren't they, boys?
They will be.
Because if you don't, I will.
I just want to know what rounds you'd like, Robbie. Do you want to go back to what round did Colin
I think
play?
you're only as good as your last game, Bradley.
Well, didn't we beat Melbourne?
Just give us the current score. But just our listeners are hanging out.
Carlton up by 32 points against Freo.
People have apps, Brad Freak. They can check it.
Yeah.
You blokes are shockers.
We'll go around the grounds again soon because there's a tight one between Lavie and Yarrawonga, which we're across on our O&M Live Facebook page. Here, 89 plays 46. The Maggies are going to stroll to their 9th win. Anchors with another clearing kick. Inside forward 50. Newton wants a free kick. He thought he was pushed out of it. Harry Smart got pulled by the jumper. Bergman in there, I think, for the Magpies. And we've got a boundary throw in, 25 metres around from their goal, a 33-point lead, 43-point lead to the Maggies. Brad Freak around the grounds?
Yeah, around the grounds in the other Ovens and Murray games at the moment. 35 points it is for the, 29 points for Wangaratta Rovers over the Raiders.
And Carlton lead by 33, I think it was. They're home.
Something like that.
They're home. Here's Mimo. Good work from the young fella. Might have got a push. Clark was clever. Inside handball to Anchors. Handball to Jesse Smith. Back to Joey Richards. And Joey goes bang! For a big steel line team goal of the day. Wonderful stuff from the Maggies. That was slick inside work there from a number of players. Anchors was involved, Clark was involved, and Joey Richards capped it off. It's 95-46, 12 and a half minutes gone on the Macca's time clock.
Yeah, we know what Abe Anchors has done today, but Clark's been a bit of an unheralded hero as well. He's been a really important player for the Pies today. You know, Joey Richards, he hasn't had his best game. He's been pretty tightly followed all game by Ollie Greenhill from Wodonga, but just finish off nicely with another goal. That's their 14th for Wangaratta.
Just to touch on with Chriso there, Jackson Clark, as he said, had up to 26 disposals in this game, been outstanding off the half-back line, and Abraham Anchors up to 36 today as well.
36 touches for Abe Anchors.
Yeah, he's a gun.
7. He's had a couple of quiet little weeks, and he's just reminded us just how good he is. We're talking about Richards, who, probably leading the Morris Medal after sort of 7 or 8 weeks. This fella kicked 30. He had 30 disposals and 7 goals in the derby earlier in the year, Robbie. He is a genuine superstar.
I think he gets judged harshly sometimes.
Because he's so good.
Yeah, because he's so good. And I don't buy into that rubbish, Panda.
You still got to go out and do it each and every single week.
Mate.
Here he is again.
Look at that.
Finding Bordingong streaming through the middle of the ground, if you don't mind. That's a beautiful looking kick.
Nick Bordingong, what a kick.
Out to McClellan, who kicked one off the ground earlier.
Had a good game too, McClellan.
Yes. Chris Mitchell on the boundary for Albury Wodonga MG, and McClellan is going to line up from 50 metres out.
Anchors was all on his own. He still is.
Pretty tight angle.
No one's going
Or is it the young,
I don't know what's going on.
Might be Majanovic.
So McClernand's already got 1, and this would take a really, really good effort. 50 metres out on a very tight angle. He's hit the post. You could hear that.
He broke it.
Vex Mike, couldn't you?
He could, couldn't you?
So it's through for a point. That's a steal line point of the day.
And Dougie, the cameraman, just said if you don't give those around the ground scores at Carlton, he's going to turn the whole stream off. That'll stuff you.
Oh, well, we're lucky you got 380 radio, don't you?
And he's a man of his... Oh, it's a dangerous kick in. Kelly got it. Handball inside. Abraham Anchors has missed it to the right-hand side. How many possessions is that, Brad Freak?
He's had 11 in this last quarter, which takes him up to 38.
And we're only 14 minutes into this last quarter for APCO Wangaratta.
He's had 21 in the second half.
Wow.
And we've got probably 10, 15 minutes left. Goodness. Take it away, Blake.
I will indeed. Zachy Leach, who's been pretty good, forces a contest. Robbie's man, Jorgensen, clears it for the Dogs up towards the wing. Bergen down there. Good defensive effort. This is Spiteri on hands and knees for the Dogs. Mimo wraps up Saunders. Umpire says, give it to me. Right in front of Chris Mitchell, who's been dominating down there on the boundary for Albury, Wodonga, MG. In a bit of sun left down there, Chriso?
There's not a lot, and the grandstand's covering it. So I'm a bit cold, boys, but I hope you're comfortable up there in the box.
Oh, we are. 97 plays 46. It's a 51-point lead here to the Wangaratta Magpies. And Kelly, who's been, I reckon, one of the Magpies' best to date. Richards has been pretty good as well. Here's a chance for Greenhill. Couldn't pick the ball up. Richie, the first gamer on debut, fell over. So Greenhill went in again and picked it up, and he was possessed straight away. Saunders just went and grabbed it off him for the Wangaratta Magpies, and Jewell takes a nice intercept mark for the Dogs.
And Reed Jackson kicks it inside forward 50. One-handed attempt is missed there. And there's a bloke player there limping. Handball by Clayton was good. Got it on to Jacob Barber. Tumbled inside forward 50. Fraser Ellis did well. Ball came to the ground. Josh Smart was that indeed. Got it off to Ellis. Look away handball was magnificent to Saunders. Got it back to McVeigh. Back towards Ellis. And eventually they overcooked it. One too many handballs there for mine, and it's gone out of bounds for a throw-in around Brad Freak for Watters.
Yeah, around the ground for the player and Tarawinji. Yarrawonga have kicked away against the Lavington Panthers, up by 20 points there at the halfway through the last quarter, I should say, 87-67, and the Wangaratta Rovers are well in front of Wodonga Raiders, 91-57.
They've really steamrolled them there, the Rovers. Important win because they looked pretty shaky there halfway through that third quarter. Leachy almost missed that footy. He tried to punch it that hard. Barber off a step, sends the Bulldogs back into attack. Coming late down there was Richie, snapping as Wilson. I reckon he's kicked his third goal.
He has.
He has, Matt Wilson. That is a great finish for the Wodonga Bulldogs, and I can tell you what, Chriso, if you can pick a positive point out of this game, it's the forward move of Matt Wilson. He's kicked 3 in this second half.
Yeah, he's been energetic, hasn't he? He's found the footy when it's come in there. It hasn't come in a lot this second half, but yeah, great snap around the body there and just keeps the scoreboard ticking over for Wodonga. That's their 7th, but yeah, clearly not enough today. Not enough firepower up front.
You know what the scoreboard operators have done here? They've put it on the Wangaratta Magpies.
I reckon they have too, because
I was used to doing it.
If that isn't home ground advantage in the finest form.
Disgusting stuff, isn't it?
So I think the Dogs have gone to 52 and the Wangaratta Magpies are 15-13. No, you can work that one out, Robbie. What's the score for each?
No, they're 97.
Yeah, 14-13 to 8-4.
There you go.
Yep.
So the Magpies with a healthy lead here on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. This quarter all for APCO Wangaratta, Robbie McKinley.
So the sun's out because Noah Spiteri's ripped the long sleeves off, and his sun's out, the guns are out.
He obviously hit the gym to get the long sleeves off.
Hasn't he? Driscoll.
Just skinnier arms than me.
It's short. It beats a few. It doesn't beat there. A good effort there by young Ethan Ritchie. His handball inside to Reed Jackson, and Jorgensen just missed the target. Good defence work there from Wangaratta. So if you've just joined us late in the day, it's the Magpies 103, Wodonga 46.
The scoreboard's wrong, Robbie.
Oh, it is wrong. So the scoreboard is, we'll get that again.
97 to 52.
97 to 52. Zach Leach gets another possession, tumbles it high, and Driscoll marks. He played on, intercepted. Oh! And Spitter might have put a bit of mayo on that too. Was never going to be any doubt. Yes, he got it high, but gee, there's a bit of home and away stuff there, and he kicks it nicely into the pocket looking for Johnson.
Yeah, and he was just allowed to mark that footy, Chriso. That was extraordinary.
I think Clark thought Hayden was going to get it, and Hayden thought Clark was going to get it, and Johnson said, I'll have it, thanks, boys. So he's going to
left foot
a goal here.
He's a chance from here, Panda.
He is tied up against the pocket.
I'll back him in. He'll kick this.
Tommy Johnson.
All right. Well, Freaky, you can call it then.
Yep, I'll figure
it
out.
She's yours here. We've given a few stats today. You call this one. She's all yours.
Johnson comes in here, right on the boundary, about 45 metres out. Should use his beautiful left foot here. He goes bang.
Oh, he got it.
Kicked it.
Never in doubt, boys.
Call a few more, mate.
What a goal! That's still on goal today. Brad Freak nailed it. He said he'd get it. He called it with a little bit of arrogance and swagger.
Well, I had to do something.
He is back in town. A great finish there from Tommy Johnson. And that takes the score 97 to 58. Tommy Johnson gets his first of the afternoon. And good to see this because the Doggies don't deserve to, get rolled by 10 goals here.
You're right.
So Johnson's going forward. Why wouldn't they have done that earlier,
It's a great ball. It's a really good question, Chriso. because they did definitely need some sort of presence down there, didn't they? So 19 minutes gone on this Macca's time clock in this last quarter. We're doing this quarter all thanks to APCO Wangaratta. Brady, if you're listening, I know your boys aren't playing, but Robbie told me before he'd love a hamburger after this game. And Matty Kelly sends the Maggies back into attack. Hollandine in a one-on-one contest down there. Here's Dane Porter, covered in mud.
Clever.
Beautiful little kick to Clark, who's pushed forward. And Ben Reid's going to kick 9, or is it 8?
8.
Ben Reid strolls in and he's kicked his 8th goal today. A steal-on goal today. A Mawson's concrete play today for the Wangaratta Magpies. And now they go to 103 on the scoreboard. 103 plays, 58. That's on the Wortlocker Wangaratta scoreboard, Brad Freak.
Yeah, Jackson Clark in that player there on the What a Stat sheet. He's up to 27 disposals. He's been great today. Obviously, could have had his chance there to kick a goal for himself, but did the team thing, kicked over Ben Reid. Obviously, he's up to 8 as well. Abraham Anchors as well, boys, as we keep touching on. He's up to 38 disposals for the game. So, been absolutely everywhere. Anchors, he's been outstanding. But for mine, it'd be between him and Ben Reid as the player of the day so far.
It doesn't take Einstein to work that one out for Reedy, I think.
He's clean.
Sorry,
and quick.
Quickie, that was me.
It is.
Build him up and cut him down.
It was me.
Things are just getting a little bit nasty in the box here.
No, I apologise.
The headset will come off soon.
Okay, how about everyone just does their role, eh? Let's just work. Chris will do the boundary. Freaky, you're doing a great job of stats. Panda, you're doing your best, mate. And Robbie, just keep it going, mate. Just keep the quality going. It's sensational. Saunders, look at him go. Maybe he's eyeing off a 6-pointer. Kicks it inside forward 50. Look at the pick up of Jackson Clark. And how about the finish? Goodness me. He is a class act. 109 to 58. Jackson Clark, he gave away the previous goal 30 seconds ago, and then he just rubber stamped, oozed class act goal. Goodness me, what a pickup, what a player.
Yeah, he's absolutely outstanding, Jackson Clark. You can play him anywhere, boys, I reckon. He's a bit similar to Cal Moore in that respect. Obviously, I don't think he can play in the ruck like Cal. He's probably not as athletic as Cal, but he's one of the boys we've just seen it today. He's obviously moved forward now to pop up and kick this goal and be involved in the last one, but he's played half-back for most of the day, racked up 28 disposals and now kicked himself a goal. He's been outstanding.
9 goals in this last quarter, Robbie, so the floodgates have opened. And the birds are chirping as well down there on the boundary. And Jesse Smith's streaming away out of the middle again. So 109 plays 58. The Maggies lead. Kelly sends them back into attack. Reedy. It's almost a free kick.
Yeah.
Well done there by the Doggies' defence to edge him underneath it. And this is in the hands now of Reed Jackson. I think it's been pretty good today. Goes down the line to the first gamer. Reese Venturoni. Nice young mark there by the young fella. He's been doing pretty good things in the seconds. He kicked 4 goals against Albury a couple of weeks ago. Goes inboard, over the head there of Richie, another debutant. Gus Jones, who started well for the Dogs, picks it up. His kick was smothered. Mathy and Mimo link up, and here's Spiteri. Beautiful looking kick inboard.
Yeah.
That's a great kick inboard, and it's in the hands once again of the boy Wilson.
Your boy, Matty Wilson. Kicked 3. Yep. 3 goals. Maybe they've found he's one of those raggedy type half.
He's a hard
forwards.
matchup.
Yep. Well, he is, and he's such a competitor.
So Wilson's going to line up 45 metres out. And that is a beautiful looking kick, and it's hit the post 3 quarters up, Chris. So that was a great looking kick, wasn't it, down there for Matty Wilson? So 109 plays, 59. It's a 50-point lead
Have
to
a
the
look at him.
Wangaratta Magpies.
He's got the baggy shorts, he's got the hair untidy, the jersey out, but he's a bloody ripper.
They found one.
Beauty. I reckon they might have, mate. There we go. Ooh, that might be a hard, tough tackle, that one. No, play on's the call. Umpire Dave Ryan, in fact, is going to penalise him. So you're going to have to get that out a little bit better. And I think, is it Jacob Barber with the ball in hand?
Wortman, I think.
It is Dan Wortman. Now, he doesn't kick many goals. He goes short. It's a high chipping kick. And Wilson misses the mark overhead. He would have had a shot on another goal, Panda, your boy.
He would have indeed.
16-13, 109 Wangaratta. Wodonga 9-5, 59. And we're doing it for APCO Wangaratta. We've got 24 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock, Panda.
So a good win here to Wangaratta. They've just done what they've needed to do today. 8 or 9 or even 10 out of their best 22. Goes to show you how strong they are if they can still win by 50 points in this Ovens and Murray competition. Tommy Johnson intercepts here for the Wodonga Bulldogs. And they're going to pump it back inside forward 50. That was Morrison who I think lined up. Morrison's kicked a goal. The big defender launched one from 50. He liked his chances and he's gone bang through for a steal line goal today. Chris Ode, that is a great finish from young Morrison.
And what's that, 3 in a row nearly for Wodonga? They're having a nice...
Reid and Clark kicked the last couple.
Okay, so 3...
4 of the last 5.
So having a good finish to the game, Wodonga, but obviously the horse has already bolted. But yeah, a few positives to take out of this last quarter.
I must touch on it, Panda. May go around the ground for the plough.
How are we going?
Tarawinji. Carlton have won by 31 points.
What about Cats and Tigers?
There you go.
Cats and Tigers haven't started yet. I'll happily go over the score and look around the grounds for Chris Mitchell when Geelong starts. Carlton, yeah,
Very good, Brad.
well done to the Blues.
No.
Yeah, obviously lucky today.
Makes it a happier house.
lucky.
at
What
home,
about
Brad?
Lavi versus Yarrawonga, please, if you can chase that one for us soon?
Richards, clearance, middle of the ground. Here's Zachy Leach, missed one low to his ground. He's worked hard today, Zachy. He's limping a little bit. He might have a little bit of cramp, I'd say. Here's Harry Smart. Now he handballs to Zachy Leach. Leach is in all sorts of got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it to Richards. Dane Porter marks.
Right on his distance,
And
Robbie.
he'll have a shot.
Bring the house down if he gets this one, boys.
Yeah, love Ports. This one might just test him. He sits it up unselfishly. Reads a big chance here and he marks. Oh, he didn't get paid the mark.
Surely had enough of it.
I reckon they judge Reedy a bit hard at times. Here's Harry Smart working through traffic. Good work by Mayfield. Got it back to Wilding. Got it back to Dan Wortman. Wortman's kick. Put a bit of pressure on Barber. Good inside handball though to Greenhill Morrison was fantastic. It was Greenhill. All the way up there and was Gussie Jones. 2-on-1. Wang should work it out from here. Gus Jones tackled good. Stayed in there. Jorgensen fought hard. Handball back to Clayton. Got it back to Jorgensen. Jorgensen kicks it long and Mimo takes the mark. Thought about playing on. And he's going to stand his ground. He's going to come across the ground. And a big chance here for Casey Marr. Goes long and kicks it out of bounds. I'm going to have a bit of a blow after that one, Panda. Just sort of looking to...
Test of the lung capacity, Robbie.
Looking to look. Was that young Adamo coming off? It
is.
With it looks like a corky or something?
Yeah, or a hammy. We'll get Chris to watch the look. He's holding his hamstring, so we'll get Chris Mitchell on the boundary to watch that one for Wodonga MG. If you are just joining us here on 3N's O&M Live, 109 the Wangaratta Magpies, 16 goals they've kicked. Lead the Wodonga Bulldogs 10-5-65, and here's Brad Freak around the grounds for the plough in Tarawinji.
Yeah, Yarrawonga have kicked away in that game. They're up by 24 points against Lavington. You would assume getting into the later stages of the last quarter there as well.
Boundary throw in here in the Norman's Oval. No sun left for Chris Mitchell. And the Magpies bench have gone, we've seen enough of this. They've packed up the marquee. Look at that. There's exclusives on 3N's O&M Live.
Yeah,
Dylan Van Burlo playing the last week. Now he's packing up the marquee.
Adamo's down there, boys, with some ice on his left hammy, so I'd say he's not going to resume his duties today.
Well, let's hope that's just precautionary because you don't like to see a young kid on debut do a hammy, do you, Robbie?
No, not indeed. Smothered kick by Jorgensen. Might fall okay for Richie. Got it to the Wilson boy, and it's a high up and under from Josh Clayton. Top of the goal square. Good spoil. Chance here. Snap. Defensive work was outstanding. And it's going to be a penalised free kick. Call it whatever you like. Last sign of defence. The Magpies are going to take it out and take it away, Panda.
I'll tell you what, it'll be hard to dislodge Bergen down there. I reckon he's played his role pretty good.
The Burger?
Yep, he has been very good indeed. So is this man. Every single week, Dane Porter. Absolutely brilliant stuff. He's like a fine wine. Goes short to Mickey Newton.
Look at Paddy Warner here ready to run towards the goal.
Yeah,
boys.
He's
Just come on
the ground.
look at him.
He has taken off like Usain Bolt.
Look at him.
If Doug can watch it on the live stream for us, that'd be brilliant. He is in an absolute paddock all by himself.
Here we go.
Saunders onto McVeigh, and they've covered him just now. They've gone too late. McVeigh sends it in long or flying high out the back. Here's Anchor's dribbling and it's going through. Is it? But Warner's on the end of it almost.
He fumbled it.
Paddy, you did all the hard work. He ran for nothing. And it's through for a point. He sprinted 150 metres to try and get himself an option. It's through for a point. 110 plays 65. 26 minutes gone in this last quarter. It's a big lead to the Maggies in this fourth quarter for APCO Wangaratta, Robbie.
Yeah, they're not out of trouble yet. The Doggies at half back. Oh, good work there by Mimo. Now he gives it back to Greenhill, who chips it wide and finds young Richie. So 10 goals kicked this quarter. Richie down the line finds Driscoll, who came out and presented himself beautifully. I know you were impressed by that, Panda. Just give it the little nod of approval. Told to play on the big man from Huron Creek. Pumps it long. As a good mark there taken by Matt Hayden. Last line of defence. He kicks it casually and nicely. He finds Fraser Ellis, who thought about releasing a handball. Now he does, Panda.
You know, they've got on the bench here the Maggies boys. They're just getting their important players off. Bourdignon, Richards and Reed. all sitting on the bench. This one's dead and buried. 110.
Parking Ferrari's in the garage,
Yep,
boys.
smart play. Well, he's kicked 8, Benny. He's kicked 8, and that'll put him right back up there amongst the top couple, of course, in the Doug Strang medal. 110 plays 65. A convincing win here for the Wangaratta Magpies.
Geez, interesting to see who Chris Mitchell will go with.
Well, it's very funny you say that because his selections have been under the spotlight a little bit. Because, well, I believe it was a topic of discussion amongst Darren Creswell at the Wangaratta Rovers. Obviously, after selecting Sam Murray, who pretty much was the best player on the ground in the last quarter last week.
Well, I wouldn't rule out anyone at this stage.
Well, it's two blokes for me. It's as Einstein over here, Freaky, worked out. It's got to be Reedy or it's got to be Anchors.
Well, Pano, this mate, as coach of this squad, just everyone stay in their lane. There we go.
Siren's gone. It's a big win here to the Wangaratta Magpies. 110. 16-14, 110 over the Wodonga Bulldogs. 10-5-65, who were pretty gallant in defeat to date. 55-point win here to the Wangaratta Magpies. They go to 9-1. The Wodonga Bulldogs sitting in 8th position on the SSNA Ovens and Murray ladder. So a good win there to the Wangaratta Magpies, missing a lot of their key stars. And Chris Mitchell is going out there now on the boundary. He's swooping, isn't he? Look at him.
Yeah, he's I'd say
Who can I find? Who can I find?
Now, who was it again? So I'm sure he's he's walked past Ben Reid, so he's
not
ignored him.
towards Reedy.
8 goals, and he said, "No, don't worry, we'll chat to him later." He's got to be looking at Abraham.
He's got to be looking for Abe. We
know
know that he's friends with Mick Newton.
Yeah,
did kick the foot. Don't rule. He likes to change at the last minute. Look at him. He knows we're all sitting there watching what he's going to do. It could be Jackson Clark. Don't rule out Jackson Clark as well, Robbie.
Well, he played well, didn't he? So here we go. But hey, good game, good entertaining game. I reckon both sides get plenty out of that. I really do. Yep. I thought Wodonga. Hey, not many sides have kicked double-figure goals against Wodonga. In fact, I think that only become the second side this year to kick more than 9 goals against them. Obviously, Yarrawonga last week.
The Rovers did a couple of weeks ago.
The Rovers, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, right on.
Maybe they only kicked 9.
Yeah.
64 points they ended up on, so...
Yeah. So I think good effort from there. Obviously, they had missed a bit of class. We know the Wangaratta had a lot of players out too. They got great depth. The young blokes came in and did well. But when you get a guy, when you're short on players, when you've got 8 or 9 players out and your coach steps up and kicks 8 goals, that's exactly what you're looking for from your boss hog. And that's what Benny Reid's going to be so good at. And I've always had this suspicion he's got another gear, Ben Reid, as Chris Mitchell sees he's got Benny Reid.
He's got Benny Reid. He's waited for Reedy. He's kicked the 8 goals today, and it's pretty hard to go past him. Chris Mitchell on the boundary for Wodonga MG.
Yeah, 8-goal hero Ben Reid. Ben, happy to get through that one, mate, and contribute to a big win.
Yeah, it was. We there's no surprise we had a few out today, but I thought the boys had come in and we just grounded it out, and that's what we probably thought it was going to be, a real grinding win. And I'm just hopeful we get the 4 points to walk away in the bye now and rest up and hopefully get a few soldiers back after the bye.
Not a lot of goal kickers. I think you were obviously the main one, mate. But how do you see the performance? We thought McLennan's game, Dane Porter was huge. Jackson Clark, obviously A Banker's right up there too, mate.
Yeah, look, I think these sort of games is when you really want your older heads to really step up. When you got a lot of senior guys out, you hope they go to another level. And as you said, I thought Dane was fantastic. Matty Kelly was great through the middle. I thought his intensity on the ball was great. Joey, I thought, cracked in all day. Abe was good. Jacko Clark was good. Boards and Matty heading down back, I thought were really good. And we had to sort of glue together a back 7. We had 4 of our normal back 7 out. Tribute was really good.
What was the message during the week? You had your backline was decimated. You were on the rebound after a big loss to Yarrawonga. How did you approach this one?
It was basically just getting back to what we do well. I think we've been off. We haven't played well, but I think we've been off in the contest. Our mids, I don't think have got to work. I thought they did today. I thought the intensity through there, they smashed in. I thought Leachy coming in, gave us something in there as well. He really big body and smashed in there. And Kelly, as I said, I thought he was great. He probably didn't get a lot of the footy, but I thought some of his contests and his collisions and that sort of got the ball outside to Joey and their sort of guys. So there was more about just doing the basics, to be honest. It's not it's a pretty simple game footy. If you do the basics well, you tend to have a good result.
Well done, Ben. Enjoy the win and the week off, mate.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Ben Reid, the coach of the Wangaratta Magpies. Our Yarrawonga News and Gifts Player of the Day. So well done to Reedy. 8 goals, a pretty good return for him, and he's been playing some pretty good footy, hasn't he, over the last sort of month, and some continuity. I reckon this is a game that they may have looked at the start of the year, Robbie, and gone, depending on where we're at in terms of the position on the ladder, I might be able to have a week off, and all of a sudden it's a couple of weeks off with the bye. But with the fact that they got so many players out, I mean, he rolls up today, plays, and kicks 8 goals.
Yeah, exactly right. 8 goals too for the day, and yeah, it was just always a real danger for it. He made Wodonga have to, think about options they thought about having a tall up forward to come back down and play on him. So that sort of nullified Wodonga's chances a bit. But they were challenged there for a while. The scores were pretty tight there. Particularly that first quarter, it was only 3 points at time. Yeah, and even there was a couple of times there during that second quarter where for long periods Wodonga in the game, Brad. And Wodonga, they get beaten today by 45 points in the end. But I tell you what, they can hang their head up. That's only 2 goals a quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. Other than when Wodonga played the Magpies at the start of the year when the Magpies were in outstanding form, I don't think the Dogs have been outside of that game being disgraced in a game. A couple of weeks ago against Albury when we watched them, they were really strong for 3 quarters, and Albury just, again, a bit more class, kicked away in the second half and only ran out by about 30 points in that day there as well. So the Doggies can take a lot of confidence out of this, but yeah, I think the Magpies getting back to a little bit better form, as Reedy said. We saw them last week. Robbie, they were much better today with considerable numbers out again. So outstanding work for them, and just 4 more points, as you say, be able to rest up a lot of those sore bodies now with the week off next week, and hit the back end of the year as well. And obviously, in a month's time, there's another split round up in about a month's time as well. Yeah. So with that, the Magpies can really hit a block really hard and then have another break and then have their full-on tilt for the last 6 to 7 weeks of the year.
We've been working on their wireless mic here at the Norm Men's Oval over the last couple of weeks, and we hope that you'll be able to hear the song. A very happy Wangaratta Magpies camp and a happy box up here because we haven't dropped out a reception with those wireless mics.
The old paddles are back.
Love it. We've always had problems going into those rooms and the distance here from the Normans to the home change rooms. But today, thank you very much, Manoj Kumar. Manoj, well done to the
well played, Manoj, because he well done.
Yep, brilliant stuff. He had to ship these in from Brazil during the week to get these here today.
No, that doesn't surprise me. What can happen in this organisation when required.
Exactly right. All right, a big win to the Wangaratta Magpies here on 3News R&M Live. The drive home on the other side of this, all thanks to Atco Wangaratta. I said it before, Robbie wants a burger, Brett, if you're listening on the way up.
And if you're in Buenos Aires listening too, thank you. And bloody thank you, or Puerto Rico, wherever you're for sending those paddles to us.
Absolutely, well done. All right, we're going to take a break on R&M Live. You won't miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero. The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.